Good afternoon and welcome to Rebels Radio for this afternoon's match between Slough Town and Aylesbury United. We have lots of guests looking around the box with interest, and I think it's mainly because we have a northerner here alongside me. I'm hoping you can hear me loud and clear. I'm delighted to have a co-commentator, summariser, expert from the northern country. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, good afternoon everybody. Mick Newton, as you probably know, chairman of my FC, and I wasn't expecting to be here, to be honest. With the weather we've had, it's been absolutely dreadful, but the pitch is absolutely amazing. I've been had a quick walk on it. The middle is rock hard.
I don't believe you had a quick walk.
No, it wasn't a quick walk. Okay, fair enough, it wasn't a quick walk, but I had a hobble onto it. The middle is absolutely fine. It's a little bit soft on the touch lines, but it's absolutely tremendous that we've got a game on this afternoon.
Yeah, there are many games off in this league this afternoon, so out the 11 games due to be scheduled, 6 have already been called off, and we have one, we are one of the lucky few. It's at the moment, the sun is shining, the wind is passing overhead quite quickly. We had a downpour about half an hour ago or so. The crowd is filing in quite nicely, and we're looking forward to what looks to be a really exciting game of football. Aylesbury United haven't played for quite a while, so they'll be very fresh and up for it. They've got only played 21 games this season. They again are another team that ground share. They are based up at Leighton at the moment, so they are another team who don't have a constant home, a bit like the Rebels ourselves. But we're just watching as the subs do a final few shots at goal, just warming up. There's people filing in. Mick, there's no burger van today, Mick, I've just noticed. What's happened there? It's normally over in that corner.
Well, I've never been here before, but there is the burger bar just behind the goal. For the listeners who watch the highlights, behind the changing rooms on the left, there is a little burger stand in the main catering bit. That is actually open, so I don't know about the burger van.
Yeah, there is an early burger van. I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest, and I was expecting Mick to find me a half-time snack, at least be useful for something. The teams, we'll go through them quickly now. Firstly, starting with our visitors, the Ducks, which should be good at the moment because there's enough water around. Number 1, Jack Silato. Number 2, Steve Hatch. Number 3, Keith Williams. Number 4, and captain, Jack Wood. Number 5, Bill Morgan. Number 6, Lyndon Smith. Number 7, Ben Baines. Number 8, Greg Williams. Number 9, Jason Blackett. Number 10, Stacey Field. And number 11, Zach Reynolds. And the substitutes for Aylesbury United are Paul Edgeworth, Jay Ashampong, Dom Petrucci, Danny Jones and Lee Grace. And now, who we're most concerned about and all worried about, I'll let Mick do the home team because he looks underprepared, so let's give him a go.
Yeah, thanks for that, John. Jake Sullivan in goal, Sean Fraser number 2, Ryan Parsons number 3, Dave Weasley number 4, Adam Fuster the captain number 5, Lou Rumbold 6, Scott Harris 7, James McClure 8, Ed Smith 9, Darren Wheeler 10 and Warren Harris 11. So we've 2 Harris brothers playing today. Hopefully we'll be able to tell you which one's got the ball. Ben Edwards, George Short, Jack Parsons, Adam Cornell and Johnny Dyer. Subs, neither side has named a substitute goalkeeper, which I find quite amazing. But Slough do it quite often this season, haven't they? They've not named a sub-keeper.
Yeah, I think they're looking for some different options, the management team. What could be potentially a challenging game. I mean, Aylesbury, very good away from home. In their last 6, they've been unbeaten, taking 12 points from that. So, and of their, I think, 8 away games, I think they've only lost 2. So they are a team that travel well. Their home pitch at Leighton isn't the best, and so I'm sure they're going to be looking forward to playing on this surface. And at the moment, I mean, they have a number of games in hand on the Rebels, and theoretically, if they won all those, they'd actually be 3 points ahead of the Rebels. So these by no means are mugs that we're playing against today. I expect a fierce challenge, but I am definitely expecting 3 points and hope that come the end, come 5 5 o'clock this afternoon. We'll all be celebrating, maybe with a pint of dark beer for you, Mick. So the managers are just making their way out on the pitch. The teams are kind of loitering, and we are looking like we're good to go. The sun is blinding us slightly. As Mick said earlier, we're the opposite side from the camera, for those who haven't listened before. So traditionally, Slough will play from left to right in the first half. From right to left in the first half. The opposite to the camera. In the camera, they normally play right to left. The other way round. You know what I mean.
I lost him there, never mind anybody else. I think I know what it means.
Yes. Anyway, they'll be playing generally down the slight slope, away from the shed, and that's not Sue's shed for anyone that's listening. There is a shed terraced at end. So we are basically the opposite side to the camera, and the dugouts just slightly towards the home end, as it were. So as for the team, I think the Slough team is the back four have done very well last couple of games, 2 clean sheets in a row, so I don't think there's any surprises there. And again, the midfield have been doing terribly well with obviously the younger of the Harris brothers, Warren in particularly good form, scoring 2 goals in the last game, and Darren Wheeler constantly proving a threat. The interesting call from the management team today is up front. Ed Smith obviously has started there. In good touch, but alongside him they've chosen to bring back Scott Harris, who let's be honest hasn't played for a little while, hasn't been in their thinking, and Adam Cornell and Johnny Dyer, who's still I think slightly recovering, is coming back. The squad is actually coming back to full form really, with the only absentee being Guy Hollis, who is still just recovering from his knee injury, but I think there's hopes that in the next week to 10 days, perhaps he'll miss the Dunstable game next Saturday, but following on from that he should be hopefully back and fighting for a place to get back into what we hope is going to be a winning team.
Fingers crossed on that one. Aylesbury United unbeaten in the last 6, so we have to be a little bit careful today, to be fair to them. They're 11th in the table, but they do, as John said, they have a lot of games to play still.
I think they're a bit ring rusty too, Mick, if I'm honest with you. They could be a bit ring rusty. I'm just getting greeted by another friend. They could be a little bit ring rusty from not having played for pretty much a month. Their last match was on the 14th of January, and now they are, they haven't played since. Slough, to be fair, haven't played on a Saturday since I think the 18th of January, if I'm not mistaken, where they beat Chalfont 5-1 here after going a goal down. So yeah, no Saturday football for a little while for either team here, but I'm positively basking in this.
Yes, I am as well. I am absolutely buzzing for this one.
How are you feeling, Mick?
Buzzing, I think, is the word that young people use these days, and I'm absolutely buzzing. It's great to be here, and I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait for this. It's wonderful. Just those people stood up in front of the commentary box and sit down with a bit of a better view, but
Mick, we're just going to have to stand up. I know.
I'll have a word with them.
Yeah, okay. But no, we're here, we're ready, and we're excited. It's as Mick said, it's one of the few games on. Our thoughts must go out particularly to some of the clubs really affected by this. The likes of Egham, who I've seen recently on the news, have suffered terribly, both around the football ground and close by. I'm not sure they're going to be able to get any games on recently. But it was interesting to see in the week that Barton Rovers had a pitch cover. Barton's notoriously a bad pitch up towards Luton, that sort of direction, and they had a complete blue covering to their pitch. I'm not sure how much it costs, but they obviously have a little bit of money there, and so they managed to get their game on Tuesday night, and hopefully they'll stand them in good stead for the rest of the season. Yeah, that
seems to be the way to go. If you can do it, then you're going to get a better attendance on a Saturday than a Tuesday, and eventually I think it will pay for itself. But like you say, it depends how much it actually costs in the first place. But
yeah, just to tell you a little bit about our visitors today. Today is the 101st clash between the teams. Would you believe? That is ridiculous. I mean, they were formed ages ago. I think it's something like 1897. And had a reasonable amount of success, including getting promoted from the Southern League probably about 30 years ago or so, and getting to the 4th or 3rd round, was it? Perhaps I think it might have been the 3rd round of the FA Cup. And they are a fan-owned club, so they've interestingly tried that, because they went into administration some time ago. I think it was around the millennium, and since that they came back, and I think ever since 2009 they've been ground sharing up at Leighton. So I'm not sure how well that arrangement goes for them, but I think feeling is around the club that, as with any club, I think they'd like their own home much as we would like our own home. So it's it's interesting. just to remind you that, I mean, if you want to get in touch with us, by all means, have a look through the different chat rooms, be it the Match J chat for the MyFC guys, or if you're listening and you're a Slough board member, not the executive board member, but Slough Forum board member, by all means, drop us a few notes, and we'll see hopefully what we can do. Or you can tweet us. We're going to be keeping an eye on our Rebels Radio Twitter. I'm trying to teach Mick. It might be a long story, but there's some buttons he doesn't, it's not going to work very well. And I'm going to try and make him not swear as much as possible. I think I managed quite well, although it was only for 45 last time. And we're going to see how it goes.
Yes, thanks for that one. Yes, Twitter and I don't get on too well, but I'm getting a lot better with it, John, to be fair. I am getting a lot better with it. For a 63-year-old chap, I'm doing quite well with that one, to be honest.
You didn't have to age drop there or anything, Nick, just to make it sound more impressive. It doesn't really matter. Let me take you through the rest of the fixtures in the league today that are on. At the moment, we had Hayes versus Greenford's off. Ashford versus Rugby's off. Chalfont St Peter versus Uxbridge goes ahead, but we don't really care about that one too much. Chertsey versus Kettering off. Daventry versus Potters Bar off. We have Leighton versus Northwood. That game's going ahead. Marlow Dunstable, I think we've got a bit of an interest there, just to see how Dunstable fare after losing on their last two outings, and them being the visitors next week. It might be interesting to see that. Royston Aylesbury, again, Royston, one of the other teams that are up there around us, be very interesting, and hopefully the other Aylesbury could do us a little bit of a favour. And then the final game of St Ives versus Beaconsfield. Sycob is off as well. Egham Barton is also off. I think I missed that one out, but I think I talked about the swimming earlier down at Egham, and you might need a boat to play down there. So yeah, it's very interesting, and it's actually real positive. The teams are just about to come out, but I think as they come out and as they're welcomed on the pitch, I think it's interesting that, again, Slough, if they get 3 points here, will put a lot of pressure on these teams. It's much better to have points in the bank than all these games in hands going playing Tuesday, Thursday during March.
It's far better, and the more games that are off, the harder it gets at the end of the season. So we've got the teams on the pitch now, lining up at the edge of the penalty area, facing the shed. Slough in their yellow and blue tops as normal. Aylesbury United in white and green shirts, white shorts, and it looks like white socks from here. I can see one or two coloured boots, which really annoy me, but hey, you can't have everything. They're going through the handshakes. The referee is John Panconi, and the assistants Paul Andrews and Zach Ellis. And they're just finishing the handshakes.
Yes, just take you through the teams one final quick times. We won't bother with the subs, just the starting teams. So we have for Aylesbury United, in goal, Jack Silito. Steve Hatch, number 2. Number 3, Keith Williams, deadly at free kicks, by the way. Number 4, Jack Wood, and captain. He's quite a young lad, really strong player. Number 5, Bill Morgan. 6, Liam Smith. 7, Ben Baines. 8, Greg Williams. 9, Jason Blackett. 10, Stacey Field. And 11, Zach Reynolds. And for the Rebels, we have in goal, number 1, Jake Somerville. At right back, we have number 2, Sean Fraser. Left back, number 3, Ryan Parsons. The centre back pairing of number 4, Dave Woosley, and captain, number 5, Adam Fowler. In the centre of midfield, we have number 6, Lee Rumbold, and number 8, Jamie McClurg. Right midfield, we have Warren Harris, number 11. Left midfield, we have number 10, Darren Wheeler. And up front, we have Ed Smith, the goal machine, number 9, alongside Scott Harris, number 7. And the referee has just called the players together, and Fowler is going forward to meet his opposite centre half and captain, Jack Wood, and we're hoping that the game will be underway shortly. Mick's poised with a watch, ready to go, so this is all positive. Let's hope that we're in for an exciting 45 minutes. I think both teams will want to play football. Both teams have a nice style about them. The game where we met at Leighton earlier in the season ended 3-3. It was quite a thriller, really, with Slough taking a 3-1 lead, and then Aylesbury United, the Ducks, fighting back in the last 15 to 20 minutes to come back into the game, and at the end it could have been won by either team. The teams haven't switched round, so we're remaining as we are. With it looks like Slough have got the kick-off, and we'll be shooting, as I say, from right to left as we look at it, away from the shed, slightly down the hill, with Aylesbury going slightly up the hill from left to right. They're just doing the last few minute stretches with Scott Harris and Ed on the ball and looking to take kick-off. A cloud has just come over, which means that we can see, so this is a positive thing. And we're all ready for the game to start.
And John cleaned the windows about an hour and a half ago, so he can actually see out.
Yeah, just about. Although the door might fall in at any point. So if the wind does make a bit of a rattle. Anyway, Mr. John Panconi has got the whistle in his mouth, and we are just awaiting him. He's quite a rotund little ref, isn't he?
He's a little, yeah.
And we're off. And the ball's just played back to Darren Wheeler, who kicks it out towards the right back position. And Warren Harris gets an early break. He's into the far corner, delivers a cross, headed away by the defender, and flicked up. Slough battling for the ball in the right back position, and Rumbold's on the ball now, just watching it go out, and wins a throw almost immediately outside the dugout, which Sean Fraser will take. Fraser throws the ball down the line. Ed Smith picks it up, flicks it back towards Warren Harris. Ball cleared long. Now back with Rumbold, just inside the Aylesbury United half. Good challenge coming in there by the tall Bill Morgan. There's a rock, and there's a breakthrough. Ball going through all the way down to the field and played back to Somerville, who clears well. Let's see how this challenge goes. Seems to be a little bit of climbing there by Morgan on the back of Ed Smith. He claims Ed Smith was backing in, but the referee's just having a little word with the two of them. So Slough have got a free kick about 10 yards inside the Aylesbury United half, which Darren Wheeler's standing over. The forwards are going up. Fowles are just jogging slowly and leisurely up at the back post, with Woos up there as well to add some height. They're just trying to see how they're going to mix it up. Wheeler standing, runs up to the ball. High cross across. Fowler heads back across, flicks in, and it's hit the bar! And ball comes out to Wheeler, back where the free kick was taken. Delivers another cross in. Headed clear by Aylesbury. Now Williams slots a long ball forward. Breaks down, and McClurg has got the ball on the left-hand edge of the pitch. Running in at speed. Woos still upfield. Passes it simply back to Parsons. Parsons clips the ball down the line towards Harris, and the ball goes safely out. That was a great chance to Slough. What did you think of that?
That was close. It did hit the bar, but the keeper was nowhere in sight, neither of the defenders. So we could have had a very, very early goal within 1.5 minutes there.
Ball back in play now, and it's just been poked around in midfield really. Rumbold trying to get a foot in, and McClurg. And again, it's now an Aylesbury United throw in their own half defending. I think Fowler won that ball at the back post and flicked it on, and then I think it was either one of the other forwards. It might have been Hatchett, Scott Harris, who just flicked the ball over the keeper and it hit the bar. I wouldn't be sure. And now there's a little bit of arguments over the throw. The referee and the linesman disagreeing, but Slough have got a throw on halfway, just close to us. Rumbold plays out right back to Sean Fraser. Got a little bit of time ahead of him. Passes the ball, under hits a pass to Wheeler, and the ball is cleared right. Rumbold on the ball gets pushed over, and another free kick. It's a little bit bitty at the moment, the game. It hasn't quite settled, and interesting to see how it develops. But Slough started with pace, and particularly from that set piece, seemed very dangerous. I don't know what you thought, Mick.
They're testing each other out at the moment, but yes, I think we've had the upper hand so far. We could have easily scored that one. Easily scored that.
So the ball about 15 yards inside the Slough half. Somerville up on the far right-hand touchline to take the free kick, dressed all in blue. Mick's covering himself from the sun as the clouds roll across. Once again, Woos has gone up from the back to prove an aerial threat. Aimed towards him at the far post. Ducks under it. The ball runs through to Wheeler, who's picking up the ball right in the far left-hand corner. Just stands up. Dummies to deliver the cross and wins a corner. So this is the first corner of the match, and Slough Town have got it. Fowler makes his way forward. McClurg jogs back in. So hopefully Slough applying a little bit of pressure. It will be good to put something on the end of this and try and do it. Now they're doing a set move, and we'll see how this works out. There's a group of three of them, little Warren Harris, and they've all run out the box now. And they've all spun and gone off in different directions. The ball's delivered in. A free header and a good save by the keeper just above his head. I think that was Woos with the head. And a quick clearance upfield so to test them. Parsons underneath it. Getting pressured, and actually the Aylesbury United forward there, Jason Blackett, does very, very well. But it's run out, and it's a throw to Slough right in the far left-hand corner, which Parsons will take.
That was quite a quick break. There was no one up with him. To be honest, absolutely no one up with him.
We're just getting broken into with some what looks like sweets. I think there's people breaking in. They're trying to put me off my football, but Mick's going to go and help them, so he might not talk for a minute. So he's stuck with me for a little bit, folks. But it's all kicking off. Don't worry, it's not World War III. we're okay. Meanwhile, on the pitch, it's an attacking throw to Aylesbury in line with the edge of the box. And we're just waiting for the throw to be delivered by the right back, Steve Hatch. I think he may have a long throw there. They're all going fairly close towards the 18-yard box. Ball's tossed up. Aylesbury United winner of the head, and the ball scrambled around in the box, and it needs to be cleared. It's a real mess in there. And Fowler puts boot to ball and clears it up towards Ed Smith towards halfway. And the ball is now launched forward again by Aylesbury, who then clear it. And now there's an opportunity for Slough to break, but it's cut out quickly and easily. Ball bouncing around in midfield. No real flow to the game right now as we see it. That ball back up on halfway.
That was messy in the box there. Nobody, either attack or defence, put the foot on it properly. It scrambled about for ages there, but we got it clear. It's the main thing.
Yeah, there was obviously a threat. Aylesbury United have quite a big physical side, especially their number 5, Bill Morgan, offers some good height at set pieces, and we're very happy some Bourbons have turned up. So I'm being good today. I've got a banana, but there's a certain gentleman from the north sat near me to my left who perhaps won't do. The ball is launched up airily towards the Aylesbury United keeper, and Silito has it, and he's just bouncing it, just looking forward. All Slough players have retreated there, and the ball's launched forward, and the wind might have caught that a bit, and it's carrying it all the way through to Somerville, who comes out and claims it. And he was under a little bit of pressure there. Fowler and the rather large, tall Jason Blackett was putting him under a little bit of pressure up there. So it's quite an interesting half. And Somerville now launches a click forward, which Ed Smith's racing onto, and Wood's behind, and Wood heads forward back to his keeper, and the keeper spoiled it, but at a second attempt picks it up.
Ed went the wrong way. He went to the keeper's right. The ball went to the left, but that could have easily been another chance for us there. I think probably the wind had something to do with that one as well.
Yeah, I think the wind is playing havoc with the boys out there. We're nice and toasty in here, but there's a throw to Slough, midway inside their own half on the far side, and the referee is just asking for play to be stopped. I think he's just being a bit pernickety. I'm not sure what he's doing. We're just waiting to see what's happening. And the ball's been thrown. I think he was just fussing over where the throw was taken. Ball at halfway. Whit gambles, and harshly Warren Harris is adjudged to have fouled him. The captain for Aylesbury United, Wood, small centre-back, is quite slight. He's quite small, wouldn't you say, Mick? I guess this is the first time you've seen him. Having seen him before, he's very accomplished, likes to play football, has played a lot of games this season, but he is a real slight player.
Yes, he's probably he'll probably lose the aerial battles, but probably on the ground he's probably quite nippy.
Don't go and say that now, Mick. He'll probably pop one in. I seem to remember he is actually quite decent in the air. He's got quite a good leap to him, but Aylesbury have the free kick just inside their own half, and all the bigger players have gone forward, so they're really going to put a bit of challenge under here. Williams is going to deliver it, and he pokes it up in the air, goes through, first touch by Aylesbury, and Somerville bobbling around under him nastily keeps hold of it, and just keeps hold of the ball now, just calming things down, just letting the Aylesbury forward field make his way back up. Somerville slipped as he kicked that, but it's still gone forward towards Harris. McClurg picks it up in midfield and lays it off to Fraser. Fraser up the line to Harris. Harris picks it up again. Sorry, this is Warren Harris. I'll start calling them Warren and Scott. It might be easier. Aylesbury have an opportunity to break here. They've got 3 men forward and the players come through, but Roos and Parsons between them deal with it, and Roos has got the ball. Just passes it calmly back to Jake Somerville, who's taken a touch, a bit of a bobbly one, and blasts the ball clear. Ed Smith up and challenges, but headed away. Ball bouncing around in midfield. Sorry.
That was good defending. Very good defending there to put it back to Jake.
And the ball played through towards Wheeler, who then doesn't make the challenge, and the ball is out for a Slough throw, 20 yards or so into the Aylesbury United halfway there defending, where Parsons will take the throw. Takes it short towards Wheeler's feet. Get it back. Parsons delivers a right-footed ball up in the air. One ball under it. Loses the header. Back falls to McClurg. 10 yards inside it, puts it down the right channel for Fraser to chase. Fraser gets the ball, tries to deliver the ball, and it's a throw to Slough in line with the 18-yard box on the far side. Wheeler comes across, comes to look it, takes a nice touch, has a bit of space, gets tackled, and the ball just rolls harmlessly away for another throw-in.
Mainly Slough pressure at the moment, has to be said.
Yeah, Ed Smith on the edge of the box, nice turn, gets the ball, cuts it back, gets blocked. Unfortunately, that was a good block by Wood there, and now Deep in the far right hand corner, Sean Fraser again with another throwing opportunity. Let's see if there's any movement for here from Slough. Wheeler once again goes to show for it, passes it back. Fraser puts it into the box. It beats everybody, but it goes all the way through to the left, and Parsons has got it courtesy of a touch from Rumbold, and just has the ball at his feet. And I think he's going to probably take on the defender. Comes inside, nice little short pass to McClurg, who does well to evade the tackles. Goes back to Woos, and now Aylesbury United probably have an opportunity to break, but Parsons doing his best to thwart them. And McClure comes in with a good tackle and just blocks it well. Goes up to Scott Harris, who shows a lot of strength, pokes a lovely ball through to Ed Smith, running into the box towards the keeper, squares it, and it's a goal! It's a goal for Slough! Sorry, I deafened a man next to me. And for me, it looked like I'm not sure who on the end of it. It looked like McClurg on the end of it, for what I saw. Following up from Ed Smith, did some great work, running in towards the near post, committed the keeper and squared the ball across. And McClurg firing up after his great tackle earlier in the move and doing an odd celebration, slight dancey celebration. So Slough lead 1-0, and we're all happy chappies.
That was a tremendous run from Ed Smith down the left, beat the defence, ball went across, and actually nobody went with McClurg. He was on his own, and it time to pick his spot, and he did it perfectly. Tremendous start. 10.5 minutes on my watch on that one.
Yes, so Slough taking the early lead 1-0. Sorry if I'm a little bit noisy. We might turn that a little bit down because we're getting some feedback that it might be a little bit noisier today, so I might just turn it down. And if we don't hear our friend from the north, it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. But Slough, well, good value for their 1-0 lead. Roos concedes a free kick just down in front of us, so 10 yards outside the 18-yard box, right on the touchline, gives Aylesbury United an opportunity to immediately have an opportunity to get the ball in the box, and hopefully, from their perspective, they'd like to see something on the end of it. Keith Williams looks to be lining up. He's got a very, very good free left foot, and he's just standing up. He's arguing the referee, although it was very close to the touchline. I don't see why they do it. What do they act like for you, Mick, when you used to referee? Actually, have a think about that. I just want to see where this ball goes when it's delivered in. So Williams stood over the ball, left-footed, swings it in with the wind, and it's a fist, and it's been poked in. And it's been poked in by Stacey Field. So Slough immediately concede. It is now 1-goal all. Somerville tried to come through a group of players in the 18-yard box, punched the ball skewed off, and it came off to the near side, and Stacey Field scored his 9th goal of the season, 9th league goal of the field. And Aylesbury sound like they've arrived. There seems to be some fans here who actually have turned up, but that unfortunately is indicative of what's happened many times this season with Slough. We go ahead quickly and then concede almost immediately.
Yeah, there was a tremendous mix-up at the back there, and the ball went loose. And to be fair to him, he took his chance well at the near post, but unfortunately, yes, it is 1-1.
And it just seems to have brought a bit of life. Now Aylesbury attacking down the right. They've got many players forward. Deliver the cross, which Woos blocks. Ball comes in for the second time on the edge of the box. Falls clear. And really lack by Zach Reynolds, who should have done better. The ball fell to him about 15 yards out and blazed the ball over Somerville's goal. I think Slough just need to consolidate here for a moment. They've just been rocked a little bit.
That was a good chance. That was a really good chance, and he was miles away. We're getting waved at by the steward as he walks past, so he's actually laughing at us, but we don't care.
Well, he's got some horrible blue trainers on. They don't go at all with his trousers, so I wouldn't worry about it. He's had worse days. More importantly, on the pitch, though, I think it's essential that Slough bite back into this game straight away. Somerville clears the ball from a goal kick, and Warren Harris challenges for the ball. Aylesbury just have a bit more zip about them now, and they're coming forward again with Field interlinking well, putting the Slough defenders under pressure. Wood wins the easy header. It's up in midfield, and Woos comes a long way, doesn't make the best of the header, falls down to Ben Baines on the right. Field unlucky with a touch, and Parsons just tries to clear it. Wheeler on the left hand side clips the ball up the line, but it's a throw in. Slough seem to have a bit of purpose and energy to it. And Slough now have a throw on the halfway line. So let's see how we're getting on. This is something where Slough are going to kind of pick it up. They're moving around. Their heads haven't gone down. They still have a lot of tempo to their game. I think it's important that they bite back. That must have given Aylesbury a little bit of confidence, and it's essential that let's let's be positive about this and let's keep this moving. So Parsons is going to have the ball in his hands. He's going to take the throw in.
They weren't actually in it till that goal, to be fair to them.
No, I think they look dangerous on the break at the moment. They look like they have pace and get men forward.
Yes, they do.
And a long clearance from Wood has Fowler in a race with Beckett, and Beckett is strong. A bit too strong for the young linesman in front of us. He doesn't seem very happy with it, does Blackett. He's quick free kick taken by Parsons, square across to Fowler, who similarly passes on to Fraser in the right back position. Fowler gets shut down pretty quickly, and it's a throw on halfway on the far side to Slough Town. Fraser throws it in field. Dummy by Harris. Lovely touch to McClurg. McClurg through in the edge of the box. Crosses it to Wheeler. Wheeler's got a bit of time. Shoots! Great save! Ball comes out and it's shoved. And it is closed down by Silito again. That Wheeler had a great opportunity there and the keeper did very, very well.
If he'd have taken it first time instead of taking a touch, I think that would have gone in. But the keeper got a chance to get across there and save it. If he'd have hit it first time, we might have got that.
Aylesbury are now with the ball on the right hand side, coming down on the attacking side. Steve Hatch on the ball, goes inside, just trips over his own feet a bit, and Rumbold comes away with the ball, but it's lost again. And again, Aylesbury putting us under pressure. Right in the far corner, tries to deliver across, but it's harmlessly out for a goal kick. So a little bit of pressure there from Aylesbury United. It seems they've come into it a bit more. That's goals giving them a little bit of confidence right now, and there seems a little bit of momentum with them, although Slough still have had the majority of the chances, and I think if Wheeler had been a bit more calm with that finish, we should have been leading 2-1.
Yeah, definitely. If he'd have taken the first touch, I think that would have gone in, but he gave the keeper a chance to get across. Somerville
with the ball clearance. Hatchett causing problems up there. Sorry, Hatchett is Scotty Harris, by the way, using his physicality to let the Aylesbury defenders know he's there. He's certainly hasn't had a game for a while, and he's certainly making up for it today. Meanwhile, a ball played through to Blackett on the right hand side, up against Woos. Woos standing up defending, but he's got blocks the shot, blocks it twice. Ball comes out to Wheeler just on the edge of the box. Aylesbury putting Slough under a little bit of pressure here. Williams on the ball, delivers a cross in, bit too deep. And Somerville had to tip over quite acrobatically because it was a kind of cross shot that they were just drifting under the ball.
That was a tremendous save because that would have just gone underneath the bar on this near side to us. That was a great save from Jake.
So once again there's another set piece here for Aylesbury United attacking. Corner on our side, which will be in swinging. Williams will have it, and we'll see how this comes out. Slough have got players all back and marking well. We're just waiting to see what happens. There doesn't seem to be any particular set move from Aylesbury United. Players start moving in and dashing in, and Williams delivers the ball low, and Somerville catches it well. Runs to the edge of his box quickly, gets held up by Blackett. Blackett seems to be blocking him taking the kick. Bit of good professional play there, I think, from Blackett.
Yeah, it's allowed the defenders to get back. 18 minutes gone, it's still 1-1.
Ball out on the left, Parsons on halfway. Not much time. Up the line to Wheeler. Wheeler, ball at his feet. Decides to take it inside. Has a little run, getting pulled back all over the place. Flicks the ball through. And again, Warren. Again, it's interesting, but the referee didn't seem to notice the shirt pulling there particularly. I know that Mick's shaking his hands and head vigorously at that, but Silito kicks the ball clear long. The wind underneath it again, so it's awkward for them to take. Not cleared very well, and comes off Woos' head and bounces harmlessly through to Somerville.
He pulled Scott Harris back just enough to stop him, but I think not enough for the free kick.
The ball over the far side on the left wing. Stacey Field with it, and good strength by Warren Harris. Came back, won the ball off him in the centre of the park with Sean Fraser. Clips a long ball through for Scott Harris to chase. Headed clear by Wood, flicked by Williams, and now Rumbold in the centre of the park. Got the ball, passes it simply to Fraser, who clips it out left towards Wheeler with Parsons behind him. Wheeler just a nice little layoff to Parsons. Parsons got the ball inside to Rumbold. Rumbold turns, opens up his body and beats his man well. He's got a little bit of room ahead of him now and tries to play a great ball through to Warren Harris, just unfortunately just a little bit too far, and it rolls harmlessly through to Silito. But nice good signs there, I think, from Slough.
Yes, that was a good move. Just a fraction away from being a decent chance.
The aerial balls seem to be causing both teams a little bit of bit of pressure today. They don't seem to be confident. Ball clips through to Scott Harris, who's win the ball. He's clear. He's through. He's 1-on-1. He shoots, and it's a goal! That is a Slough 2-1 lead. The ball bobbled through. Not very clever defending there. I think it was by Morgan, who Scott Harris used his strength.
And Morgan held his hand up to say it was his fault. He didn't get hold of the scorer there at all. Didn't get hold of Warren. It was Warren, wasn't it?
No, it was Scott.
It was Scott.
Scott used his tank-like strength to just roll him, and I think he played him quite well. Through 1-on-1 and drew the ball low to the keeper's right-hand side. And now it is Slough 2, Aylesbury United 1.
And that's 20 minutes gone. It was just noticeable there that Greg Williams, the Aylesbury United chap, had a word with Morgan there about how to sort of stop him, basically by wrapping his arms around him, which he failed to do. But great goal. I'm not going
to use any swear words, but that might not be clean. Aylesbury United kick off. I think this time it's important that Slough keep it tight just for the next 5 minutes, having been in the lead already early on through Jamie McClurg's strike, but that was quickly cancelled out by Stacey Field's poking from a set piece. Fowler claims the ball well at the back, and then it's shinned forward, I would say, by Steve Hatch, and rolls harmlessly out for a throw in the far right hand corner, which Ryan Parsons will take. So 20 minutes played. Slough lead 2-1, but it's a really exciting kind of end-to-end game. The wind seems to be having a little bit of it, and Aylesbury certainly haven't come here to lie down, have they, Mick?
No, they've not. And they've only lost 2 away from home, so you would expect them to come at us. And they have done. But I think we've had the better of it.
Ball bobbling round on the edge of the Slough 18-yard box. James McClurg playing well so far this game. Wins the ball. Comes out to the right back position, and Sean Fraser, simple little pass through to Warren Harris. Unfortunately just misses the kick, and Williams picks it up. But Fowler's in there like a bull in front of field and just knocks the ball clear. So an Aylesbury throw just in front of the dugouts.
McClurg's making himself a real nuisance today. He's having a cracking game so far.
He does that every week, to be fair. He doesn't have a bad game very often, and he's just full of energy. I don't know what he has for breakfast, but I want some of it. I
want twice as much of it.
Ball is now back with Somerville, who's driving the ball forward out of his hands, and once again, Harris making a mess through to Ed Smith, who unfortunately lost the ball under his feet. Scott Harris once again was causing a right nuisance of himself, but there's an opportunity for Aylesbury United to break, but Rumbold breaks it up well and woos as well. Back with Sean Fraser. Sean Fraser clips the ball forward right. Both Harrises after it, and the ball goes harmlessly out for a Slough throw. That was a real chance again there, Mick.
Ed just lost a little bit of control round about the penalty spot, and he had it, and it just ran under his feet. Unfortunate that one, because he was a one-on-one with the keeper. Again, he'd beaten the defender.
Ball back in play now. Wheeler got it. Draws a ball all the way across the pitch. Ryan Parsons runs onto it, just inside the Aylesbury half, running towards the edge of the box. Taking on the right back. Turns, comes back inside. Offers it to Ed Smith, flicks it around the corner, and it's going to be a cross by Parsons, gets deflected, comes back to Smith, there's a shot, and it's deflected just over the bar, and it's now a Slough corner. The fans are jolly wrapped up, the sun's gone in, it's very, very cloudy here, still 2-1 to Slough, and so far so good. I'm going to touch some wood, Mick's head, that at the moment, Slough haven't gone behind quickly again after conceding a goal there. 23 minutes played here. Wheeler standing over the corner. Maybe a different move here. The guys are running out the box. Wheeler's stepped up. It's a low one, edge of the box to Warren Harris, who strikes it. It goes into a crowd of players and pops back out to Wheeler, who's got a little bit of time. Delivers the ball in. It's a good delivery, but a go away by Williams again, and the ball's cleared long. Jamie McClurg picks it up very well ahead of field and passes a nice ball through, cuts it back. But unfortunately no Slough players are there, but puts them under a little bit of pressure. Once again McClurg, he's everywhere. Got the ball again, passes it simply sideways to his own centre partner of Rumbold. Rumbold on the ball again now, flicks it through. Warren Harris has the ball on the right corner. Takes this moment, steps up across, in the box, cleared head by Morgan, not very far. Fowler's still up there for some reason. Gets bustled off the ball, Wheeler on the ball on the edge. Back out right to Harris, out to Fowler. Fowler chests it and volleys, but blocked again. And now Aylesbury United break, Field on the ball, inside his own half. Ball hit in the air, but Rumbold's got a little bit of time underneath it, heads it clear, perhaps could have taken a touch. Aylesbury still pressing. And Ryan Parsons puts it safe away from Blackett, and we can have a moment's break in all that panic, I think.
I think that's out the ground. Is that the first one? That's the first one out the ground.
That's one out the ground.
One out the ground.
One out the ground. So we'll just have a little moment to respite. There was a good sustained pressure there from Slough. They could have easily scored a third, but they just remain at 2-1 in the lead. McClurg and Scott Harris, the scorers, and Aylesbury United have fought back. They fought back from one goal down to draw 1-1, but now Slough retook the lead. Good header clear. Ball in the Slough box. Parsons for a second header. McClurg out towards Wheeler. He's just having a juggle with the ball and then hooks it clear up the line. Ed Smith, almost immediately in front of us, gets another nice little flick on it, and he'll battle with him to win the ball back. But there was a good tackle, a good fair tackle. But the ball's got a great opportunity. Warren Harris has got the ball. He's running against his man. He needs to pull the trigger. Oh, he cut the ball back. And the ball breaks clear, and Aylesbury United come clear with it. Slough need to make this pressure pay, Mick.
That was just heading away all the time from the goal, though, unfortunately. And it just ran away from him in the end. But another good move. More pressure we had.
Rumbold has been penalised from a tackle from behind. The referee wants to, the returned referee, Mr. John Panconi, wants a little word with him maybe. And the ball is going to be taken. Free kick just taken. Are they going to leave it? At the moment, Liam Smith stood over the ball on the far side. Going to look to curl one in with his right foot. The big defenders are just making their way forward. So you've got Hatch come up, and we're just waiting for the ball to be delivered in. Ball kicked in the air. Great header by Fowler. Fowler looks to have hurt himself though there off the ball. I'm not sure what's happened there, but he's injured. He's hurt his arm or elbow maybe. Meanwhile, Slough breaking well, and that looked like a handball.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. He has hurt his elbow.
So Fowler's just in a little bit of discomfort here at the moment. We'll just see if he slows it down. But at the moment, the ball's on the far side in the Aylesbury half with Sean Fraser the ball in his hand for a Slough throw-in. Throws it inside. Nice little flick again towards McClurg. McClurg everywhere. He's got the ball on the edge of the box. Nice little flick through to Scott Harris, but it doesn't come off. Oh, the bobble just beats Rumbold. But Aylesbury United don't have any players forward. They're looking to clear the ball right, and they're just bringing it forward. Hatch from right back bringing it forward, bringing it inside. No challenges at all. Plays the ball through, and it's got all the way through. And it was a great block there, I believe, by Parsons, who ran across and covered really well. And not only has he done that, but he's passed the ball brilliantly up the line. Unfortunately, Warren Harris just let the ball through. What do you make of that, man?
Oh my God, I thought that was an equaliser. It went straight through two defenders, and if Ryan hadn't got back there, that was a shot on goal, 1-on-1, and we could have been back to 2-2. But we've still got it. We're still in control.
Parsons clears the ball into the centre of the field, and Aylesbury United again have a bit of momentum here. Blackett chests it off nicely, but Parsons gets a bit on that. Nice flick from Scott Harris. Ed Smith just miscontrols, goes harmlessly out for a goal kick. For a throw-in for Aylesbury United in their own half on the left hand, on their right back position. Ball thrown forward. Parsons free header. Knocks it unfortunately out of tape. No tee taken out or anything like that, so we're all doing okay. The sun is coming out, it's blinding us at the moment, and the security guards are making themselves well known again. So we'll have to see what's going on. But at the moment, throw in to Aylesbury United. Up the line, Rumbo battling well for it. The ball came in and went out, so it's now a Slough throw. Just a moment for consolidation. We are played 28 minutes, Slough still lead 2-1. And let's hope that they can maintain this. They've had the opportunities to get a third, and it's in their own making at the moment. Though Aylesbury look constantly dangerous on the break, Mick.
They do, but we've certainly had the upper hand. We've had a lot more chances, but they've got to be aware of that break. With only 2 defeats away from home, they are a dangerous side.
Yes, and even from that game earlier in the season, there's a break on, and Blackett's got it on the right hand edge of the box, tries to pass the ball through, but Woos gets in the way, but Blackett's still got it, edge of the box, just holding it up, plays the ball through, but McClurg's back there again and wants to put his foot in it, and well clear with his left foot by Sean Fraser. It's just those moments where we need to be a bit clear. Free kick against Scott Harris, about on the centre circle D for Aylesbury United. Williams places the ball down. Slough just under a little bit of pressure here, Mick.
Yes, they are. Yes, we've really got to defend this. We've got to watch where they're running on this one.
Aylesbury United caused quite a few problems so far with their set pieces, and we need to make sure there's a clear winner here. So let's take some ownership out here, boys. Ball delivered in. Woos heads the ball away very well. Wheeler's chasing to put pressure on the ball where it's come out. Just stands up and blocks it. Ball come out again. Delivered in this time by Ben Baines. Cleared by Rumbold, and Warren Harris is having a run. Runs on the right-hand channel, picks it up over halfway, just has a little look up, taking on Williams. Short ball through to Ed Smith, who turns nicely, gives it back to Harris. Harris in the box, shoots! And it's over, ball bobbled. I'm going to give him the benefit of that. Ball bobbled just before he hit it, but there was a good opportunity there. Yes, nice break by Slough.
Yeah, it was. It did bobble, unfortunately. But Darren Wheeler was on this left-hand side as well, but I think in that situation, I think you've got to go for the shot. Unfortunately, it went over. And the second ball out the ground.
Second ball out the ground. And I would also just put a shout out to Worcester Dave that Mick is not at the motorway pub. Mick is actually sat next to me. I think he's been to the motorway pub, and now he's got biscuits and a cup of tea. I'm not sure it's the right sort of drink, but it keeps on going. And there's some temptations being put in front of me. It's turned into an episode of TMS all of a sudden. The ball back with Somerville after a kind of aerial lob shot, I would say, from just inside their own half by field. I think he scored quite a few this season. He scored even more last season. I think he scored 45 goals in the league below as Aylesbury United were promoted as runners up to the big spending Dunstable, who are obviously doing very well at the moment in the league. Long ball forward from the back. Roos shepherds it back to Somerville, and there's a moment for peace and just let's settle it down. How long have we played, Mick?
31 minutes gone. Exactly 31 minutes now.
It's interesting to hear where all you guys are listening from. So if you've got any odd places, or if you're at a wedding or any other some kind of social event and you're trying to sneak a listen on YouTube, just let us know. Slough are attacking though. Wheeler down in the left-hand corner, position up against his centre back. Up against the right back. Good challenge. They're quite an even battle coming on. And that's Hatch, who does very well up against Wheeler. So now it'll be a throw in the very far left-hand corner, which I think they're going to look to do something short with. But no, Wheeler just drops the ball, leaves it for Ryan Parsons. I hope they don't bring Jake Parsons on, or we'll have two Parsons, two Harrises, and a partridge in a pear tree. Ball back to Parsons. Wheeler's got it now on the edge of the 18-yard box. Ball at his feet, has a run, got blocked off quite cynically, and the keeper comes out, lets the ball go past. There's a goal kick to Aylesbury United. So we've had 32 minutes here. Slough lead 2-1. It's been quite an even game, I'd say. The flow is good, the pace is good. It's not a particularly dirty game. The conditions don't seem to be affecting it too bad. And we're interested for any questions, observations you've got. Please let us know through either the tweet us at MyFC Rebels Radio, the chat room on the MyFC forum, or the Slough Town chat room. Any of those, please let us know what's going on in your lives or what questions you might have. Rumbo picks up the ball in midfield from breaking down, passes it to McClurg. Well, McClurg advancing through the centre circle, options right or left, passes the ball through but just picked off, breaks down, and Rumbo picks up the ball well, just pokes it out right towards Ryan Freyant. Get caught late, no doing though. Ball, right hand channel, Warren Harris towards the edge of the 18-yard box, just stepping the ball up, crosses the ball. I think that's going to go out harmlessly, but no, headed behind for a corner to Slough Town, and the third ball of the game out the game. Mick, did you get any Valentine's cards?
I got one.
Did you?
I know.
Who from?
I wish I knew.
Oh my goodness. If there is any news on this scandal on the MyFC chat board, please own up. Whoever is blind and deaf, please let us know. You won't be listening, but obviously if you're blind and deaf, you'll be struggling. But please tell us who on earth has done this. There is a need for a replacement ball. That ball is an egg, apparently. No, the ref doesn't like it. Oh, he's trying to throw it, but he's half thrown it and thrown it up to himself. Now he's throwing it again. He's throwing it. Ref's trying to get involved in the game. He must have a bet on how many balls going out. By the way, Adam Fowler, for those of you who might watch Slough quite a lot, hasn't as yet done an overhead kick this game. I don't know what's up with him, but he hasn't done an overhead kick. Wheeler delivers in the corner, lofted towards the far post. The referee's whistle has gone though, because Captain Wood is on the floor. I think Scott Harris might have something to do with it, but he's walking away innocently. And there will be a free kick for Aylesbury United. 33 minutes played, Slough still lead 2-1. It would be nice for them to continue and take this lead into the second half.
I think he just threw him to the floor, actually, to be honest with you.
He does like a bit of judo.
Yeah, I could tell from that tackle. He just chucked him to the floor.
Goal kick goes up forward. McClurg never going to win that in the air against the rather large Ben Baines. But the ball breaks and Rumbold clips the ball through for Ed Smith to get onto right end edge of the penalty box. Ed Smith, in a little bit of time, needs to clip the ball across. Rolls it across the floor and into Stiletto's arms. Sileto's arms. And unfortunately, that was again another opportunity where just a little bit better execution, Slough could have easily got a third.
Too close to the keeper, unfortunately, that one.
Clearance. And Blackett and Fowler are having a Blowser and Woos are having a good old thing. I think it's 6 are done at 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, but it ends up with a free kick in a dangerous place. I would say this is 30 yards out, Mick, and with Williams, who is notoriously good with his left foot behind the ball, I'm concerned here. I don't want to put my commentator's curse on, because it's a very new commentator's curse. I'm popping my cherry, and you're popping your cherry today. But I would suggest that Williams is going to stand over the ball. And might have a shot at goal. I think they're trying to confuse them by just seeing by some of the other Aylesbury United players gathering in the far side. But I'm almost certain that this is going to be a shot on goal. I just hope that Jake Somerville does. So, standing almost perpendicular to the ball, we have Williams, hands on hips, runs up, strikes the ball way over the bar. That's a conversion there, isn't that, Mick? That
was 2 points. We can cope with that all day. That was... Jake didn't even bother looking at it, to be honest.
We don't want to give him too many sighters though in that sort of area, because he does hit a very good dead ball. So the game just going through a slight lull at the moment, which we won't object to at this stage, being the 1 goal up. It would be nice though, however, if Slough were able to just get a nice comfortable 2 or 3 goal lead, especially after what happened earlier in the season at Aylesbury when they were 3-1 up and came back. The Ducks came back to claw a point back. Ball in midfield, Aylesbury United on it, play it to the feet, but Woos tries to get in front of him, and this time Blackett is adjudged a foul. There's a good old-fashioned ding-dong going on there, isn't there, between Woos, who's shown his strength and using all his cunning and sometimes less subtlety, and Blackett, who's having a good old go with him as well, pushing, pulling and backing in. Ball just on the edge of the D, and I think McClurg stood with the ball, the hands in hand, but Jake Somerville looks to be taking the clearance. Woos has gone upfield as well, leaving Fowler at the back with Parsons and Fraser, and McClurg sitting in. Chipped up by Somerville, flicked by Woozy, but harmlessly through to Silito. Silito clicks it early break, bounces. Well controlled by, not well controlled, but the ball's bounced kindly. And now Stacey Field has an opportunity to run, but McClurg's tight to him at the moment. Right-hand edge of the penalty area, just standing up. Delivers the ball in with his left foot. Parsons heads it away. McClurg with a tiny bit of time. Field on his back. No one gave him a shout man on and say now he's had the ball nicked off him. Ball crossed into far post, but Sean Fraser, good brave header there. And it comes out to Warren Harris, who's got a little bit of time, still in his own half. Knocks the ball ahead of him. Good covering challenge by, I think it looks like Wood. Was that Wood? No, sorry, Wood was way back there in the back. I'm not sure who that other guy is, or why it looks like they've got something on his sleeve, doesn't he? That fella over the far side. I'm not sure who he is. Does. I don't think they can have 2 skippers, but I'm not sure what he's got. I think that is Zach Reynolds, but he confused me for a moment because it looked like he had something to say. Anyway, ball out on the left-hand wing. Ed Smith on it, touches a nice ball across to Wheeler, who's coming through. Takes a touch to try and turn himself, but there's a long ball through to Stacey Field, and Parsons is making his way back. Woos as quickly as he can inside the box. Good block, and not even close from Field. So you can all breathe a big sigh of release, but he had an opportunity inside the edge of the 18-yard box. Woos close in attention, and Parsons, who I think is having a very strong game at left back, he made one superb challenge earlier when it looked like almost a second equalising goal for Aylesbury United. So we are rolling on towards half-time. 38 minutes gone. Still Slough 2, Aylesbury United 1. And I'm looking forward to my half-time cup of tea, I must say, Mick.
So am I. Yes, we've had one already, but we're wanting another one.
Aylesbury brought a few fans here, but I think they mostly seem to be in the director's box who are shouting, commentating. Somerville is now just clearing the ball off the floor. Pumped up. Harris underneath it. That's Warren Harris, but gets beaten to it. And Baines on the ball for Aylesbury. Pumps it forward towards Blackett, but Fowler volleys it clear. Warren Harris controls on his chest, plays ball through to McClurg, who's everywhere. Wood intercepts and puts the ball through towards Blackett. Parsons will collect, and Parsons will just hook out for a throw into Aylesbury United. And the Aylesbury board start making some noise. The Ducks are certainly taking this like water. Anyway, ball thrown in. Wheeler managed to get a foot round, and McClurg opens his body up. Chips a nice ball through, asking too much of Rumbo though. He hasn't got legs like that, although he does wear a strange headband. But anyway, that's another question. A throw in to Aylesbury United on the halfway line, near side. Thrown long, up towards Blackett. Parsons underneath it, heads it well. Rumbold using his strength, plays it well. Really, really solid midfield pairing today. They're playing very, very well in there together. Out to Fraser on the right back position. Harris picks it up in front of the dugouts. Knocks the ball through, gets it blocked, having a bit of a wrestle. And Williams comes forward, and there's quite a lunging challenge there by Fraser. I think Williams kind of did enough to get out of the way of it from left back, and the Aylesbury United fans are getting a bit vocal about it. I'm not sure really what they're moaning about. Nothing. I don't think it's been that sort of game, Mick.
No, it wasn't that bad a challenge. I think probably the studs were up a little bit, but it wasn't worth more than a word from the ref, which is what he's done basically.
Ball delivered into the box, long. Woos, good header away from Blackett, comes out to Wheeler, heads it clear. Parsons agriculturally clears it forward. Ball's bouncing away. Ed Smith challenging, and the ball hooked clear, so it will be a Slough throw on just in the Aylesbury half, and they're not particularly rushing. We've played 40 minutes now. Slough still leading 2-1. And a kindly fan runs in front of us and goes to get the ball. Oh, he's not a particularly young gentleman, but anyway. Parsons trying to steal about 15 yards. He's asking now what's going on. And he's walked back and is now going to take the throw-in. So very satisfactory so far from Slough. I think would have taken 2-1 at this stage. Ball clipped across. Good flip from Scott Harris. Ball's back and Rumbold comes back, clears it, flicks it left-footed. And there's a push given against Harris. And the Aylesbury United fans very close, as you would expect with their spectacles on, aren't really very in agreement with that, should we say. Wheeler, 10 yards outside the box, kind of on the left-hand edge, looking through the sun, delivers a whipping cross in, deep. And it's in front of goal, and there's got to be an opportunity there. The ball smothered clear. Ed Smith again, the ball got caught under his feet. But Aylesbury United now may have the opportunity to attack, but again McClurg protecting the defence. Field beats him off the ball, but they slowed him down enough, and now it's Parsons against Blackett. Parsons again comes round, tidies up, puts the ball safe. Excellent defensive play. That was great defending there, because Ed had the goal at his mercy, and he just couldn't quite get his foot to it, but the defender came and took it away from him very, very well. Otherwise that would have been, I think, 3-1. Northwood have scored at Leighton, so Northwood lead 1-0. Oh, actually, Northwood lead 2-0 apparently. There's been 2 goals, a penalty hits the bar, and James Bird heads from the rebound. So, interesting result there at Leighton, but we could do with probably Northwood doing it. Woos went to head the ball back there from a long throw-in, and some of it wasn't expecting it. So Parsons came in, cleared the ball through, and it's now Aylesbury who are applying a little bit of pressure late in this first half, with Williams up on the edge of the 18-yard box, far side, throws it back, gets the ball back. Harris in attendance, Warren Harris in attendance, just pushing him right in the corner quadrant, and it's a Slough throw. We could do with half-time whistle coming quite soon, I would say. I think, to be fair to Jake, that ball came out of the sun a little bit, and he's not wearing a cap, and I think that might have just clouded his judgment a little bit. But he's only quite short. The sun's a long way away. Yeah, true. I suppose it is. Yes, it is a fair few miles away. Sean Fraser in the far right-hand corner throws it up, flicked on by Scott Harris. Wheeler doesn't come towards the ball, but Rumbold's all over his man there. Blocks it off to Hatch, the right back. Flicks it through, and Parsons should take this. Puts the ball through to Wheeler, who's got a little bit of opportunity in the half-hour line. Puts another ball through for McClurg to chase up against the captain James. And McClurg just stands and puts him under pressure. And Wood does a good ball up the line, but now it's Wheeler on the ball. Wheeler's got a time and space down the left. Crosses the ball, whips a cross ball in, it's delivered. Oh! And both Slough players just miss out. It was an excellent opportunity for both Warren Harris and Ed Smith, but they both missed out. And then a nasty little tackle there after the ball had gone by Liam Smith on Rumbold. I must say that the centre pairing are playing very well today. Yes, they are. I think the referee's just having a word there. Again, it probably didn't warrant a caution, but the referee's had a good game, to be honest. Yeah, you are an ex-ref though, so you might say that. But there's a free kick to Slough. 10 yards inside the Aylesbury United half, very central. Wheeler stood over it. Once again, the big boys have gone forward, so Fowler and Woos up on the far-hand right edge of the box. I suspect it'll be directed towards them. Wheeler stands up, pokes the ball up in the air. Woos underneath it, but loses out to an Aylesbury head. But Parsons comes out bravely. Parsons picks up the ball. Now Rumbold on the left-hand edge. Gives the ball back to Parsons. Takes a touch. Passes it inside to Wheeler, still centre of the field. Plays a ball through to Rumbold, who rather acrobatically tries to head the ball across, but unfortunately didn't get much on it, and it just rolls harmlessly out for a corner. I'm not sure if you've seen that sort of dive before, Mick. No, not without somebody trying to get a penalty for it. Hopefully that will be on the highlights, so you should have a good laugh at that one.
That was absolutely dreadful, but I suppose he had to do something rather than leave it, but it was quite funny.
So, we're almost up at the time. Fowler comes through, wins the header very clinically. Ball back again with Fowler now, at the back. He just got kicked as he tried to clip the ball, but Fraser came across and covered well. The defence are playing quite well today. Parsons, ball up towards Harris, who holds the ball through. Great ball flick through to Ed, who hits on the shoulder as he comes through. And a little touch through by Morgan, who doesn't look very settled. He looks unsettled. He doesn't look natural back there alongside them. So it's an Aylesbury, and it's somehow been given a Slough Town throw. I'm not sure I saw that one, Mick. I thought it came off Ed's shoulder.
No, it didn't. He actually got a touch, but he's trying to con the referee.
So Parsons up near the corner flag. Time running out. We're into injury time in the first half. Slough leading 2-1. Ball back to Parsons at his feet now. Right foot, crosses it in. Harris lets go. Harris got an opportunity. Let's go! Oh, but the referee has given a free kick for a foul on Wood. Once again, I think that was a good link-up play. The front two, Smith and Ed Harris, Scott Harris have done very well up there. But now, Jamie McClurg just having a word from the referee. I think he might have said a little bit too much there about arguing, but Wood seemed to go to ground. But I didn't see too much in it, Mick. What did you see?
Scott Harris did actually push him. I'll put my referee's hat on. It was a free kick, unfortunately, and he did stop the defender getting to it. It was a bit of a shame, really. We could have done with that bang on the stroke of half time. But it's still 2-1. Yes,
still 2-1. And Silato to clear the ball long, and I think that's probably about enough that we need. Mr. Banconi, thank you very much for this first half. The ball bouncing around up in the air, no one really getting control of it at the moment. It falls to Ben Baines, who lofts the ball with his left foot forward, and it's into the right back position. Sean Fraser will just do the sensible thing. He's clipped against Blackett, got a goal kick for Slough, and hopefully that should be half time. So I hope you've enjoyed this first time of this first half commentary and this first Saturday commentary. It's good in the sun, but we can't see too much. I hope you're having fun wherever you're listening. Please let us know. And yeah, Rocker, it was nearly your 3-1 as you've said there in the chat room. So hopefully we'll see. That is the end, ladies and gentlemen. So good, solid half from Slough. I think there could be arguments that we could have scored a few more there, Mick, but also there could be arguments that Aylesbury United had a couple of chances to equalise. So
yes, but I think on the balance of play we deserve to be 2-1 ahead. But you're right, they could have equalised. But then again, we could have had another one. It could easily have been 3-2, but it was a good half. There's been some good football played. I think the wind's played a part in this half, to be fair, but it's been a good game. I've really enjoyed it, actually.
Yep, and just to give you a couple of the other scores that have come through at the moment on Twitter. At the moment, Leighton Town 1, Northwood 2, and Aylesbury, the other Aylesbury FC, are losing 1-0 at Royston at half time, which we could do with Aylesbury getting a goal back in that game. So it's interesting, but I think me and Mick might just say goodbye for now and just leave you to it. So please contact us, let us know how you're getting on, how you're finding it, and if there's any problems. But thank you for your attention and thank you for listening, and please contact us from a sunny Holloway's Park. We will wish you goodbye for now, and Slough are leading 2-1 at half time. Well, good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. You join me here. The players are just coming back out onto the pitch with the referee. My co-commentator has disappeared. I'm not sure whether he's gone to the pub. So if anyone spots him, please, there is no reward, absolutely. But he's on his way back, let's hope. So hopefully you can all hear me quite clearly and quite loudly. Let me know if you can. We're about to kick off for the second half. At the moment, it doesn't look like there's been any changes or any substitutions. So we are as before. So the Slough team is Jake Somerville, number 1. Number 2, Sean Fraser. Number 3, Ryan Parsons. Number 4, Dave Woosley. Number 5, Adam Fowler. Number 6, Lee Rumbold. Number 7, Scott Harris. Number 8, Jamie McClure. Number 9, Ed Smith. Number 10, Darren Wheeler. And number 11, Warren Harris. And for Aylesbury United, we have number 1, Jack Silito. Number 2, Steve Hatch. Number 3, Keith Williams. Number 4, Jack Wood. Number 5, Bill Morgan. Number 6, Liam Smith. Number 7, Ben Baines. Number 8, Greg Williams. Number 9, Jason Blackett. Number 10, Stacey Field. And number 11, Zach Reynolds. And the referee, Mr. John Panconi, looks to be all ready and about to get the teams underway for the second half, with Slough leading 2-1. And so hopefully this will continue on to a famous Slough victory. It was 3-3 last time we played this side, so I think that a good lead is needed to help through. And Aylesbury United kick off and immediately play the ball through to the right back channel, where it's gone straight out of play with Sean Fraser on the ball. And Mick is just returning, lost and found. And the ball is on the near side with Fowles having a battle with Blackett. Williams pushes the ball through to Field. Field gets a touch and wants the ball back, and Blackett's had a nice touch edge of the box. Field blasts the ball over the ball. 4th ball out the ground tonight. So we are barely underway. We've played 30 seconds in the second half. Slough are leading 2-1. They went 1-0 up through Jamie McClure. A quite well worked goal. Ed Smith, good run through to the box in the left hand channel, committed the keeper, flicked the ball square across the box, and then squared and slotted home inside the foot by McClure on about the 6-yard box. Equaliser from Aylesbury United was a little bit messy. A free kick swung in, and Somerville came to claim it, punched it, but he only punched it towards the near post as we look, and it was toe poked in by Field. Poacher's instinct made it 1-1 almost immediately afterwards. And then Scott Harris turned well against Morgan, used his strength, and made it 2-1. Then were a number of other chances with Ryan Parsons blocking well from an advancing Aylesbury attack inside the box, but there was a number of chances for Slough, with Wheeler having a chance, Smith and Scott Harris both having opportunities. So at the moment it's a very even game, and so hopefully Slough start fast. Ball down the left channel for Scott Harris to chase onto, the ball bobbling around, not very clear defending, but across comes Scott Harris using his strength, and it's a throw on over the far side in line with the 18-yard box, which McClure looks to take quickly, throws it back to Wheeler. Wheeler, lofted ball in, headed away by Wood, into centre midfield, Rumbold underneath it, but just beaten by the Aylesbury player. Ball coming out left, but it's run away, and in comes Fraser well to Warren Harris, rolls the ball towards his brother, but unfortunately cut out again. And now ball in behind Ryan Parsons, left back, who passes ball confidently back to Somerville, takes a touch, clears it out right, nice flick from Parsons, and then a nasty challenge on Ed Smith on the halfway line. Ed Smith is crumpled in a heap, and I think he'll need some attention here. This is what looked like a bad challenge there, I thought, by Morgan. What do you think? That
was straight in from behind. It was Liam Smith, wasn't it? That was the guy for the second goal that didn't get hold of the scorer.
I think that,
and he's going to get cautioned. Yeah,
I think that's Morgan, isn't it? Is that Morgan?
Morgan, number 6.
Oh, sorry. No, you're number 6, Liam Smith, as you said. Quite correct.
Yeah,
so
and I think that was a good decision from the ref, to be honest.
Yes, so now Slough have a free kick on the halfway line with Sean Fraser standing over it. The wind's picking up, and Mick hasn't shut the door properly. Mick might kick the door shut in a minute. Ball delivered into the area, cleared onto the edge of the 18-yard box, but an Aylesbury body's there first. Knocks up to Field, who passes it well out to the left winger, Zach Reynolds, who's up against Sean Fraser, just holding up the ball with his at his feet. Fraser holding him up well, gone past him. Good strength though by Reynolds, and they both slip over in the far left-hand corner. Show good strength, and then ball cleared by McClure up to halfway, and Wheeler picks it up. delivers the ball out right wing to Warren Harris. Warren Harris right in front of us, 10 yards outside the 18-yard box, got only one man to beat. Runs past him, some other people, drives a shot in low, and the good save with his feet at his near post by Silito. Ball now coming clear from left back Keith Williams in the centre of the pitch for Aylesbury United. Just looking at what he wants to do with it. Tries to put it in behind Woos. Woos stops the ball well. Back to Fraser. Now simply a nice ball out to Parsons, who's got lots of time and space in the left back position. Just holding the ball, looking at what his choice he wants to do. Clips the long ball forward towards Harris. Harris ducks out the way of it, and it goes harmlessly through to Silito.
That was a good move. I think he was right to take the shot, because I think the keeper might have been expecting the cross, but he did well. He got to it with his feet, so it was a good save.
Quite an energetic start to this second half. And the ball inside the Slough half, field after it into the top left-hand corner, pursued by Fraser. Keeps the ball in, down in line with the corner flag, delivers a left-footed cross up in the air, over past Somerville, floats it back, and it's driven back in, and Blackett is on the end to do that. There was good work in there to head the ball across a very, very deep cross, and the ball headed back in, and Blackett was in the centre of the goal on the 6-yard box to hook the ball in.
Yes, and that was very, very good cross the back post there.
Aylesbury United come back quickly. 4 minutes into the second half. It is Slough 2, Aylesbury United 2. It's now going to be a bit of a character test here for Slough, who seem to be starting well and seemed well in control. But that one cross from field, deep, and found a man to pass it back into the centre, and Blackett was on hand to hit the ball home emphatically. Slough kick off again. Back in the left back position with Parsons. Ball up towards Smith and Harris. Harris gets a touch on it, and Wood just hoots it up in the air. Harris trying to jump high. And now there is a player down. The captain, Wood, is down. Scott Harris is protesting his innocence, while Wood holds his hip, claiming to have been kneed in the back, which Harris is now walking away calmly, but it might look like Wood needs some attention here. He didn't really get off the floor, and Harris was quite a lot higher than him, I thought, from my perspective.
Yes, and I think he just fell a little bit awkwardly. I don't think there was a real contact. He did foul him, but I think it was just the fall that shook him up a little bit. But he's back on his feet, trotted down the field as though nothing's happened. So free kick to Aylesbury United.
And the sun just glistening through the trees here. There's still quite a little bit of wind. The MyFC corner flags are blustering heavily. A stiletto? He's not a shoe, not a stiletto. I think I've got them on my mind, Mick, to be honest. Clears forward. Ball bobbling around, but Fowler comes out. No nonsense clearance up towards Smith. Header out to the right. McClurg on it again with Harris. Harris seems to get fouled there. And the Aylesbury board are very, very vocal again. You should see they seem to be very, very agitated. And they're really kind of focusing. They're venting their anger at Mr. John Paconi just to see what he's going on. Ball in the Aylesbury box, and again worrying about Hatchett. And the ball breaks in the air for Warren Harris to have a shot, and it's deflected inches wide for a Slough Town corner, first of the second half. And there is Aylesbury United player down, and all the Aylesbury United directors and are watching to say that they reckon Scott Harris once again involved. I think he's just quite a physical specimen, Mick. What do you make of it? I
don't think there was much in it, to be honest. It looks like he's been shot, but he might have touched him, but I don't think it deserved him falling down like he was dead, to be honest.
I think it's a man's game, Mick, isn't it? And I think actually, if you're on the receiving end of that, you should probably hold your own and challenge that. So I think that's the left back Williams, Keith Williams, down on the floor, who's getting treatment at the moment while we wait for this Slough Town corner. Slough 2, Aylesbury United 2, with 7 minutes gone in the second half. Slough going ahead twice, Aylesbury United coming back twice, and there's a fair amount of discontent about it, and Williams seems to be holding his jaw and doing some facial movements which would suggest he's been contacted in the mouth. And meanwhile, Scott Harris is just standing in the box, just doing his socks up as if nothing's ever happened. Slough Town getting ready for the corner routine. The trainer's now off, and Williams has got to get off the pitch, so we're just waiting for him to get off the pitch. He's pulling all sorts of funny faces there, Mick. Yeah. And we're just waiting for the ball to come in now. Referee signals that play can resume. Low corner by Wheeler. Bounces up quite awkwardly. Headed left. Wheeler back with the ball on the edge. has a little touch through, and the ball goes harmlessly out for a goal kick to Aylesbury United. And that was a little bit manic there for a moment, wasn't it?
It was a little, and the referee's only just signalled for the player to come back on. Keith Williams. He's only just signalled for him to come back on, so they had the entire corner and that attack with only 10 men, which is a little bit silly, to be honest, but those are the laws of the game, I suppose.
And the free kick, the goal kick comes to nothing with McClurg heading the ball clear, and the miraculously revived Williams is now taking the throw in, looking like he's never been touched in his life. Just down in front of us, and the assistant referee just signalling where it is. Throws it long down the line. Fraser wins it with a free header. And Warren Harris clears it left-footed, ball through to Smith, and Smith comes to get it first, and the keeper's come out, and he just tries to hit it over him, and Smith doesn't seem that confident. Wood has got the ball, and Smith in front of us has the ball at his feet. Just having a moment, just taking his time. Back into Fraser. Fraser passes the ball inside to Harris, who's come inside. Nice little ball to Scott Harris, but the offside flag's up. The players don't stop, but Silito comes out and smothers it anyway, but that was a nice, encouraging move from Slough there.
I think there was only fractions in it, but I think he was offside, but it was a very, very good move. And Ed made himself a nuisance there in the box.
And there's now a little bit of banter between the fans going on, because Slough Town, for the first time tonight, break into a little bit of chorus, but the director's box, which I guess is looking like a bit of a holding pen at the moment, is being used for Aylesbury United fans. There's a foul in the centre of the pitch, which they just seem to not necessarily be here to watch the football. They just seem to like having a good old shout at the poor old referee. Every single decision that goes against Aylesbury could never possibly be given. Somerville quickly races onto it, takes a long free kick, and it comes out to the right. Harris on the ball. He's shadowed by Williams. Williams and Reynolds. Back to Fraser. Fraser delivers a curl ball with pace into the box. Comes out to Rumbold, who loses possession, gives it away. A long ball forward now, testing Fowler up against Blackett. Fowler's going to win the race, takes one touch, and then clears the ball well, and then gets caught after the ball's gone, but nothing doing from the referee. So it'll be an Aylesbury United throw down in front of us, 10 yards inside their own half. Silito just going to go and get the ball. There's the passions are being ignited here a little bit off the pitch, if not on it.
I've actually never known a director's box with so many away directors in it. There must be about a dozen of them, and they're all shouting their heads off. I don't know if it's coming across on there, but they're absolutely livid at the Aylesbury directors or whoever they are. I
somehow don't think they're directors. Although, as we said earlier, they are a fan-owned club. As another free kick's just given to Slough in a defensive position, they are a fan-owned club, so it could well be that that there's a few. Perhaps people who you might not normally associate with non-league directors who are actually sitting there within the directors' box, as it were.
And one of them's got a laptop.
Ah, well, there you go. We'll be tweeting. So there's some score updates from David and Rocker. Rocker's reckoning 6-2. I think that's quite hopeful at the moment, with Weenie just offering us some support here. It's important that Slough get these 3 points, particularly with lots of other teams not playing today. Ball driven down the line, but it goes straight out, and Williams has the throw in almost in front of us. It's very difficult to see at the moment. The sun's coming out. Fowler puts the ball out on halfway, and once again, Aylesbury United throw. It's a bit scrappy at the moment, the game. No real possession, no team on top right now, Mick.
And to be fair, John, your window cleaning skills need brushing up, if I'm totally honest. I
think there's probably years and years of grime on there, and that's probably the least of our worries. Ball cleared long by McClurg. Smith after it, but Wood deals well with the pressure, but only as far as Scott Harris, whose first time ball finds Wheeler on the left, advancing towards the edge of the box now. Tries to lay up a ball, looks like handball, appeals. Ball comes free though, and Aylesbury United again revert to a long ball across the top. Woo's head's clear. Comes out to Parsons. Parsons down the channel, flicks it to Wheeler. Harris is going after the ball, but Silito comes out and gets the ball well and gathers it. So that is that. Just bounce the ball clear with Scott Harris just watching him. Be interesting to see what's going on over the far side. I can't quite make out, but I don't think there's any of the Slough substitutes warming up just yet, so I'm not sure the management team are looking for replacements just yet. I think they're quite happy with what's going on. And at the moment, it's looking to be a Slough throw just near to us. Fraser got the ball, through to Ed Smith. Ed flicks it on towards Warren Harris. Once again, the Aylesbury United board seemed terribly unhappy at that. And it is now a throw into Slough. up in line with the edge of the 18-yard box. They're just having a little look through, waiting for another ball. That's 5th out the ground, is it? 5th.
Yes, I think it's about 5 now.
So Scott Harris moving around in the box, trying to make himself a target. Warren Harris close by. Wheeler moving short, takes the ball, has a touch, back to the thrower, delivers a decent ball up towards the back post. Ed Smith after it, comes out, rumbled on the edge of the 18-yard box, flicks it back to left back Parsons. Parsons takes a touch and it is cynically tackled.
Dreadful challenge.
That is a bad tackle. I would say he'll be lucky away to get with the booking. That was very cynical, wouldn't you say, Mick?
That was dreadful, and I think the yellow card's going to come out. At least he's going to give him a very stern talking to. No, he's not going to caution him. So
Bain's fortunate to get away with that.
Yeah,
I felt, because he took Parsons and he really stopped the momentum there of the game. So Wheeler stood over the free kick, 15 yards inside the Aylesbury half on the far side. Stands the ball up towards the far post. Fowler, free header back across goal. Cleared by Aylesbury. Up in the air. Fowler again winning the ball. Volleys it through. Who's after that ball? No, who won? It harmlessly bounced through to Silito, and who clears it instantly, very long. Fraser underneath it. Good header. But picked up again. Now Parsons up in the air. On halfway. Rumbold wins the header well. Smith comes and gets it. Passes it back to Parsons, who plays inside. Rumbold wins it once, and then a good strong challenge from Woos, and then no nonsense from Fowler, who blasts the ball down far on the right hand side and out of play. So it's deep on the Aylesbury right. They've got a throw in, which I think it looks like Hatch is going to take, and Hatch will take the throw in.
It's got a bit scrappy.
It has. I think the balls aren't being played short and to feet at the moment, Mick, if I'm honest, especially from Aylesbury. They seem to revert to the long ball game a little bit.
Yes, yeah, they have.
And Slough just seemed to maybe confidence dropped a little bit, the energy a bit.
I think since the second goal went in, yes, it has.
I don't think it was the ideal start for the second half, but Harris breaking away, good tackle there by the defenders, with Fraser in the centre of the pitch, clips the ball out to the left to Wheeler. Wheeler in front of the away dugout, takes a touch. Parsons has bombed on past him. Wheeler's running directly in, squares it out to Parsons, but it's a bit of a hospital pass, and it's just found the Aylesbury defender. Woos shoves Field as he comes to meet the ball, and there's a free kick just inside the Aylesbury United half for Aylesbury United. All settled. Still, now the Slough subs are warming up. It looks from this distance as if it might be Ben Ed and George Short, or it might be Jake Parsons. Can't quite make out from here looking into the sun, but they're certainly going through some exercise, so maybe there might be some changes on the way, guys.
There's definitely 2 of them warming up on the far side.
Free kick, free header from Sean Fraser. Back to Williams in left back for Aylesbury. Out left. Knocked inside. Fowler very tight to Blackman. Blackman scoops the ball forward. Chested back. Danger here for Slough. And kept in well. But it's gone out for a corner. Gone out for a corner for Aylesbury United. That was a bit fortunate there, Mick.
Didn't quite see who it was, but it came off a Slough defender, because that was heading goalward. So that was a good challenge there. But yes, it's a corner. A little bit of pressure now for us to soak up. Hopefully, we've got enough defenders back. There are 9 in the area. In fact, they're all 10 in there. There's at least 9 in there now. 5 on the goal line. So we are expecting a bombardment.
The referee's just having a word with the players in and around the keeper. Ball in swinger, swung in. It's bobbling around in the area and cleared by Woos. And after it's Rumbold and McClurg. And McClurg's going to not get there quite, because there's great defensive play there by Smith. And Field is caught offside on the far side. A little bit of a respite for Slough there. Just a few threats there. 17 minutes gone, 2-2. And it's quite even really at the moment. I would say there's nothing since the equalisers from Aylesbury. There hasn't been any clear chances for Aylesbury, and once again Slough haven't done it. So the quality of the football's declined slightly here in the second half. Let's have a look at what the other scores are in the division though. At the moment, it looks like there's not too much more going on, really, in terms of scoring. Half-time, Marlow 1, Dunstable 1, Leighton 1, Northwood 3. So Dunstable drawing with Marlow is interesting. The ball just been scrapped around halfway, and a free kick given once again against Scott Harris. And once again, the Aylesbury United fans, being quite basic, are going through that. And so it's interesting to see what happens. Someone's just trying to break in as well. Williams has got a free kick, and it looks like there might be some substitutes in a minute, but we're just waiting to see what happens. As shadows lengthen on the pitch, the floodlights aren't on here yet, which is good to show that the seasons are changing. Free kick up. Blackwood flicks it on into the box, and Fields there. Very closely defended by Fraser, who does terribly well and defends very, very well, and clears the ball out. Actually, it may have been McClurg there. But the Aylesbury United throw-in. 10 yards from the penalty box. Far end. Challenged in the air. Williams comes, gets it, delivers left-footed cross, dangerous cross. Met and a corner. Good solid defending, I think, by McClurg there, or by Parsons coming across. Parsons may have hurt himself in doing this. And Aylesbury having a little bit of sustained pressure here.
That was a tremendous challenge, because that was another good chance to score, and Ryan Parsons did extremely well there to put it out for a corner.
So just a lull in play while the corner's being placed. Blackett picking himself up slowly, having a bit of a breathe. Might have got slightly winded there by Fowler. Another in-swinging corner from the left-hand side to be delivered, I think, by Liam Smith. Ball swung in close to the keeper, but harmlessly out. Too much swing, didn't take consideration for the wind, and a goal kick to Slough Town. So we are 20 minutes into the second half, and the score remains Slough Town 2, Aylesbury United 2. A very entertaining game, I would say, Mick, wouldn't you?
Thanks for doing that one in a mouthful of biscuit, John. That was tremendous, yeah.
I timed that deliberately. I just don't want you to eat too much. I'm going to have a bit of banana in a minute, so you better watch out. Ball comes towards us. And just seems to be that Aylesbury is starting to win a few more of the 50-50 challenges as Blackett wins for Woos, and Woos wins the ball very clearly. And doing a trick in his own half, gets tripped, and it's a free kick right in the far left-hand corner. And the Aylesbury fans once again cannot believe their eyes as Somerville have come across. The clouds are now coming over. The shadows are getting a bit longer, and there is a substitution here with Scott Harris, who's put himself an awful lot, coming off, and he's going to be replaced by number 18, Johnny Dyer, who's been a little bit ill of late. I thought that was a jolly good. What do you make of that Scott Harris performance? I
thought he had a cracking game. I think he's done very, very well today. He's put himself about quite a lot. He's annoyed the defenders once or twice.
He scored a goal.
He scored a goal, which
he made himself.
You can't argue with that one, can you?
No, and I mean, he's come back. I think he's proved a bit of a point to the management and just shown them what he does offer, and particularly against some of these other games when it's important to get a result. But he's managed a good 65 minutes there.
Yeah.
Which is a nice positive sign. Again, competition with Johnny Dyer, the bearded Johnny Dyer, comes on, stands alongside Ed Smith. Somerville clears the ball upfield. He's going straight up for the ball, and great flick with his first touch. Wins it again, and the ball comes back to Wheeler, and Johnny Dyer just slipping around slightly. The linesman puts up his flag and halts the long ball. Field for the second time does that, and don't worry, that's not any sort of bomb. That was just a ball hitting the roof. So yes, the sun is behind clouds. Interesting to see if they need floodlights or not. Blackett, as often many footballers is doing, is arguing about where the ball should be placed, as if it really makes a difference. So we'll just see. Hopefully Somerville will clear this long. Woos has gone forward to make his presence felt. The ball struck long and into the wind. Smith, nice flick onto Johnny Dyer, who with his second touch flicks it past the on-running keeper, and that is 3-2 to Slough. And everyone in the Aylesbury box has sat down for some reason. They're all very quiet now.
Yes, they've gone really quiet. That was a lovely flick on and a little touch in there. Keeper had no chance with that. Gone in at the near post.
And so you might actually hear something from the management about what super sub that was, because with his first touch he won a great flick. They got an offside decision from the free kick. Jake Somerville planted it up. A really good flick from Ed Smith, who got up well, and then Johnny Dyer just came in. The keeper Silito was caught in no man's land and just prodded home by Johnny Dyer to add to his scoring already. So he's doing terribly well this season already. I think Mick will find me how many goals Johnny Dyer scored in cup and goal while I'm still watching the match. Aylesbury kick off once again, as we've said before. Vital that Slough maintain this and just hold steady for a few minutes. The ball is up in the Slough half. Blackett on the ball. Rumbold heads away to Warren Harris, who flicks the ball forward, but now a little bit of time for Williams in the left back position. Long ball forward. Fowler comes through. It doesn't get a full connection on it. It's a bit of confusion, and then gets clattered after the ball has gone. which I think is a fair decision. And actually, Aylesbury United are not shouting about this one for once, Mick.
Not surprised. That was his 13th in all competitions, Johnny Dyer.
That is very good. It's got cold in here, Mick, now. I just thought I'd let you know we might need a heater at some point. Long free kick from Somerville, dealt with well by the defenders, but the ball's in midfield now with Clergy and Rumbold doing their normal pestering role of bees around a honeypot. Ball in, Fowles has a touch. Left back, long ball forward. Woos comes through and clears it with his head. Picked up by Smith in midfield. Getting a bit more of the ball. Ryan Fraser on the ball. Passes nice ball out to Warren Harris. Chips the ball forward to Johnny Dyer, who holds up just inside the Aylesbury half. Back to Fraser. Kicks the ball towards the corner. Wood comes across well. Covers. Back to Williams, left back. Johnny Dyer sliding in. Very energetic. Not a lot in that, but he's had 3 goes there in the last 5 minutes. He's on a fire. Johnny Dyer on fire. And Mick's turned the heater on, which we're all very happy about. So Aylesbury United throw just inside their half. 25 minutes gone in the second half. So interesting play. Mick's trying to make some gesture. Mick, what are you trying to say? Say it into the mic.
There's nothing in the programme about scores, but there again... But there again, the manager's notes are about welcome to Egham Town, so there's nothing in about the goal scorers.
There's a huge amount of hilarities. There seems to be some conflict between the linesman and the linesman and the referee, and even twice, and that's twice that's happened. And now even the Aylesbury United fans are having a little giggle. Throw, Sean Fraser up to Johnny Dyer, flick on. Warren Harris back to Rumbold, who just gets the foot to the ball. Is holding up in the wind nastily on the edge of the box, and the keeper's coming no man's land, and he's just missed it. Hooked clear by Wood. Wood not very sure there, and Warren Harris running down the right, crosses the ball, blocked by Williams. Williams now coming away, but Harris is after him. Long ball kick forward towards Fowler. Fowler clears well. Second ball now comes through, but Williams rises well, and Blackett takes it on his chest, but Rumbold comes across, just uses his body and passes the ball through. Again, good strength and good interrupting by Rumbold. Clergy tries to play a complicated ball through there the end of that little interplay is that Slough Town have a throw just inside the Aylesbury half. 25 minutes gone in the second half, and it remains Slough Town 3, Aylesbury United 2. So it's got all the makings for a cracker still. I'm not sure where this is going to go.
We just need to make sure we settle. We don't give them that goal back again, because we're just starting to be in the ascendancy, and we need to keep that momentum going. Ball
Throw just in front of us, just here on the right hand side. Through to Warren Harris, who gets the ball. Can he catch up with it? He hooks it across. The linesman's flags down on the edge of the 18-yard box. No pressure on the right back, who just lost one clear. Rumbold should win that. Rumbold heads it nicely towards Wheeler on the far touchline. Just picks it up, does a little trick, tries to get past, but cleared up well by Aylesbury. Rumbold again in the midfield in his own half, switches it out to the right backs, who's Fraser got plenty of time. Looks up. Looks for the ball, plays a nice little inside ball to Ed Smith, who's made himself available. Turns inside, opens the pitch up well. Straights the ball off to the left field. Parsons, 10 yards inside the Aylesbury half. Wheeler, ball in. Johnny Dyer! Ducks low to head the ball agonisingly over the bar. That really should have been 4.
3 yards out and he headed it over. He got underneath it. I don't believe that. That should have been 4.
He just needed to really get something on it, but once again, Wheeler with an excellent cross in. People looking for that crucial 4th goal. Silito to clear the ball now.
That was a great chance.
Handball given against Field as Fowler tries to clear the ball over him. So interesting game so far. A real game of kind of ping pong, but at the moment Slough, as you say, Mick, are in the ascendancy. It would be nice to capitalise on this. The floodlights are just starting to tinker on a little bit as the lights faded. Lots of clouds coming over, which has made it a little bit easy for me to see. Mick's going to get his washing rag out at some point. The heater smells like we're on fire, and some of us standing over the ball. Clears it well. Up towards Ed Smith again. Ed Smith, nice little flick again. This time Woods wise to it, clears it out left to Zach Reynolds, and Rumble comes in with a really good, strong physical challenge, and then just pure accident, but down in front of us gets clipped on the head by Zach Reynolds, who actually shows genuine care. I think. I thought that was a nice touch, and it shows what the spirit of this game's been played in. So Rummy came across, popped the ball out, rubbing his head now. Might be that Alice bound he's got on, and there is again confusion. The near side lino, I don't think, is doing his referee any favours. Whether the ball went in and then came back out again, but Williams is going to have another go at it. There's another substitution here, and Wheeler is being taken off. And the good news is we now have two sets of brothers on the pitch. We now have Jake Parsons and Ryan Parsons, and we now have Warren Harris and Scott Harris is gone now. Sorry, I forgive myself. It's all right, but we've got rid of one set of brothers. Now we got another set of brothers. So half an hour gone in the second half here at Holloway's Park. Slough lead 3-2. I hope you're enjoying the commentary. We're all enjoying this, bringing you this entertaining match. The most important thing at the end of this is that we get another 3 points for the Rebels on their quest to make sure they get in these playoffs. Aylesbury throw just inside the Aylesbury half, flicked forward but harmlessly through to Somerville, who'll collect at his feet, edge of the box, and just under no pressure at all, just wasting a little bit of time here as players all retreat, and it looks as if Ryan Parsons has moved out to right midfield, and the other Harris brother, Warren Harris, has moved out to left midfield, almost left wing. So again, these players are interchangeable. Johnny Dyer under the head, flicks it on towards Smith, but not. Rumbold's got the ball now, plenty of space here, but might lose the ball in a dangerous area on halfway, but just does very well, sticks a foot in, and Warren Harris is back chasing on the left now, plays it back to Parsons under lots of pressure. That's Ryan Parsons, and now Ryan Parsons has a throw in on the half, just near the dugouts. Slough will just adopt this changes. So let me just take you through the Slough team. At right back we have Fraser. In the centre back we have Woos and Fowler. Left back Ryan Parsons. Right midfield Jake Parsons. Centre midfield McClurg and Rumbold. Left midfield Warren Harris, and up front now the goal scorer Johnny Dyer and Ed Smith. Ball out now for a Slough throw on the far side, in line just on the edge of the 18-yard box, and Parsons is in absolutely no hurry to go forward and take that throw. It looks as if Aylesbury United, they're just trying to test me in my second game here. They're going to look like they're doing three changes all at once. Parsons up in the far corner trying to keep the ball in, ends up with a bit of a wrestle, and it rolls out for a goal kick. So we're reckoning, here come the subs, so I'm going to keep an eye on this. Mick's going to help me out. We've got 11 coming off, which is Zach Reynolds.
Ben
Baines also making way, and Blackett making way. So we have got Blackett, Baines and Reynolds making way, and oncoming are it looks like Paul Edgeworth, Joey Akampong, and I didn't catch the third one.
I think it might be Petrucci.
And I think it may have been 15 Don Petrucci. So a very different look for the attack. So it looks like Akampong's going up front alongside Stacey Field, or actually a couple of them have gone up front. So it may even be that Don Petrucci's gone up front as well. So it may be. And the Aylesbury United fans are getting terribly excited, shouting attack, attack, attack. I'm not sure whether someone's having a heart attack. I hope not. Mick's all right. Good header from Fowles from the resulting goal kick. Up well. Let's see what impact these Aylesbury United fans subs have. Field looked to lead with the elbow a little bit there, but Fowles has seen that all before. And it's now going to be a free kick to Slough on the edge of the centre circle in their own half, which I suspect Somerville's going to come up and take. Doesn't look like Woos is going for a run though. Woos is choosing to stay back at this time. Being a goal up, I think that's probably quite sensible. So on the far side we've got Warren Harris and Johnny Dyer showing themselves. I suspect that's going to be where the ball's aimed. Certainly is, in the direction of Johnny Dyer. Johnny Dyer up well, flicks it on Warren Harris, trying to sneak in the back post, crosses it, and a tap in for Ed Smith, and that is 4-2, and it all came from a wonderful kick from Jake Somerville, and a really good flick, and then a gamble by Warren Harris, who never gave out the ball, and I don't think Ed scored an easier one than that.
That was brilliant from Ed Smith, because he made sure that he was in position if the ball came across. And the referee just had a word with the linesman to say, did that go out? It must have been fairly close, but the linesman was up with that. It didn't go out, and it was a lovely little cross, and Ed's put that in, and that should, theoretically, with 12 minutes to go, hopefully that should do us, I think.
Don't you say that now, Mick. We just need to now tighten up for 5 minutes. Let's make sure we don't give away anything silly, but that's a fourth goal for the Rebels and a fourth different scorer. So very, very good game so far. And the ball immediately played forward, and Johnny Dyer gets involved in a little tussle there, but the ball's dropped down, and Rumbold comes through strongly, passes it out to Jake Parsons. First moment on the ball really for him. Just takes a touch, nice culture play, keeps the ball, and then does well to try and pass the ball up the line, but just knocks it out. So it's a throw on to Aylesbury United, just inside the Slough half on the left hand side, which the left back Williams will take. Looking for Achampong. Fouls are up well, heads it out, repeat as necessary. So here we go, Williams up again, quick throw in, looks to do it early, but Jake Parsons hooks it left footed clear. Out on the right hand side, Williams has got the ball, closed down by Parsons, now up to up to Sean Fraser, who clears the ball well, but Achampong's got it now, left hand edge of the box, just takes a touch, looks to take the ball forward, passes it left, edge of the 18-yard box. Ryan Parsons has a move on the ball, flicks it forward, and Ed Smith flicks the ball on well into space. I don't think it's going to go all the way to the keeper, so the keeper's got to make a mind what to do. Left-footed passes, goes along the ground, and Ed Smith got involved. There's some tackles going in, and it looks like there's an injury here, and I believe that is to the booked Morgan. I think we got it wrong earlier. I think Morgan, that is a number 5 on his back. It's just muddy.
Yes, it could be.
And I think he was the player who got booked earlier. And Ed Smith just having a little word. I'm not sure this really warrants a booking, to be fair. I mean, he just went for the ball, I thought it.
Yes, I thought he did as well. It was 50-50, but the referee's given it to Aylesbury United. So
if you're a coach, you'd want your forwards to be making those tackles.
Yes, you would. Yes, you had to put him under pressure. You just couldn't leave him to clear the ball.
So here we go. It's Williams once again over the ball, inside his own half, close to the D, looking to launch the ball forward. Launches it up into the wind. Meat and drink for Fowler, for McClurg, who's been quieter in the second half, but still doing a job, to Harris. Down to the right-hand side, Parsons clears it long, but can't beat Williams. Ball now bobbling around in midfield. It's a bit of a battle and a scrap in there, but Jake Parsons does well to Fraser on the ball, Ed Smith under it, but it's headed clear. Rumbold once again strong. I think he's been a very strong player in this game. Rumbold's made a real difference. McClurg hooks the ball through, but unfortunately Ed Smith's offside. Ball's put down, but not very softly or clearly. The ball's not there, and it's going to be a free kick for offside against Ed Smith for Jack Silito.
If he'd have stayed onside there, he would have had a good chance, I think.
Sean Fraser wins a header. Free kick there against McClurg. 30 yards out, maybe 35 centrally. We have Edgeworth over the ball. Edgeworth standing over the ball looking interested. We have played 36 minutes. Slough 4, Aylesbury United 2. It's been a good second half performance. They could have easily, after going level, Slough could have easily kind of dropped their heads and things like that, but it's been strong with an inspired substitution with Johnny Dyer scoring almost with his second or third touch of the game, and then some good thorough harassing by Warren Harris, which led to the fourth. So now it is Aylesbury free kick, 30 yards out, quite central. Liam Smith standing over it. Looks like he might have a shot on goal. No, dummies it. Williams steps up, low blocker, and it's found the bottom corner. No one even moved. Left Somerville standing. So that has made it. Aylesbury United have got their third. So it's Slough Town 4, Aylesbury United 3.
Jake just stood there. I wonder if it touched somebody.
It looked like Fowles was diving across to block, and it was very close. So we are now really in what Alex Ferguson would say squeaky bum time. 37 minutes played in the second half. Slough 4, Aylesbury 4. Aylesbury 3. Goodness me. I'm not going to give them any goals. What did you make of that goal, Mick?
I thought it might have taken a touch because Jake didn't move. He didn't dive or anything, and I think there was a deflection.
Ryan Parsons on the right, attacking, looking to where the goal is. He's beaten Williams. He's still got a little bit of space. He's looking up. He's going to deliver a ball. He just holds it up back to Fraser, who's got a time, takes a touch, delivers a whip ball in. Touch by Ed Smith, edge of the box, McClurg on it. McClurg takes a touch, loses it, and now it's out to Don Petrucci, who takes a touch and Gambles. Great tackle by Fowler. Leading the side by example once again, as always. Out to Parsons, right back. Warren Harris, who has not given up running all day in the far right-hand corner. Shut down by Morgan, and that's a Slough throw. That's just where we want them at the moment, Mick. Right down in this right-hand corner. Fraser taking it slowly, but Fowler, what an immense challenge that was.
That was a tremendous challenge. I think the Aylesbury supporters have complained about everything. That was a superb challenge. It had to be, but it was timed beautifully.
He timed it to perfection. Now Slough aren't committing too many players forward. Makes a ghosted run into the box by the ball's bobbled around there, and it's just going to get clear, but Parsons is trying to shut it down. Ball lumped through the middle, and Achapong comes and gets it. Slough looking as if they're a bit on their heels there, but now it's gone back to the right back, cleared harmlessly out, and it's in front of the away dugout, and it's a Slough Town throw, which I'm sure we're not going to be rushing to take. Parsons looks like he's auditioning for walking slowly competition, and he seems to be doing. Aylesbury is saying they're going to win 5-4. I'm not quite sure that's going to happen, but we'll have to see what we'll have to. We hope not. But let me just reaffirm: 40 minutes nearly played in this second half. Slough Town 4, Aylesbury United 3. It's been a roller coaster, Mick.
It's been a cracking game. It really has been a roller coaster. But I think we've deserved the lead. It's just unfortunate they've got themselves back into it with that third one. But we've 6 minutes plus injury time. Hopefully we'll hold on to this.
Yep, and it's interesting to see how this goes now. The ball's lofted forward, Fraser underneath it, heads it back up and clear into the centre of the park. A nice winner again by Rumbold, who got clattered after the ball went, and Warren Harris tries to break it through, and he gets pulled down again. I would say that's close to a booking.
He got sandwiched. It is fairly close. I think he's going to have a word with him.
Yeah, this is Liam Smith. I think he had a word with him before.
Yes,
and I think it was quite cynical, and he's just been booked. So Smith's been booked, because you can't grab someone's shirt, as Warren Harris had squeezed excellently before two players on the far side trying to break forward, and then just lost out. Free kick to Slough, 15 yards inside the Aylesbury United half on the left. Parsons to take it, puts his arm up. I think we'll be aiming for the far post for John Diaz, scoops it up. Ed Smith meets it, but Parsons comes, gets it on the second. Header in by McClurg on the run and falls safely into Silito's hands. Long clearance forward, which Fowler's under. Fowler brilliant again in the air. And Warren Harris gets a nice little touch in there. It's all getting a bit scrappy now. This is getting a bit more tasty, Mick.
It is. Good punish from Jake.
Good punch from Jake, and he's come out and he's held the ball. Somehow he didn't obviously get a lot of distance on that punch, because he's come out, punched the ball, and he hasn't gone very far. And Fields now having a breathe. He's bent over because the ball kind of cannoned across, and it looked like it might hold up in the air, but Jake went up for it well and won. Johnny Dyer, superb flick again. Ed Smith after it, just tries to block it, just to try to slow it down. But nice, a bit of composure now from Slough. Rumbold on the ball to Scott. To Sean Fraser, heads it across to Ed. Ed, lovely chest, unlucky, harshly judged out. Looked debatable from here.
That's so close. If that hadn't gone out, he was away. There were no defenders with him. He's having a go at the linesman there, but
I don't think that linesman's got much right this afternoon, to be fair.
He's not communicated well with the ref, has he?
Fraser's headed the ball out again, so it's now progressed 10 yards further, and it's an Aylesbury United throw.
To be fair to the linesman, he's only a young lad. I think he's going to do his homework when he gets home.
Yeah. Fowler comes with an acrobatic volley, just clears it out again. And once again, Williams on the ball. Achapong down in the far corner, followed by, I think that's McClurg down there. Or no, I think it might be Rumbold. So it's now a corner to Aylesbury. And the goalkeeper's going up. The goalkeeper is going forward. 40 minutes played. The 42 played, and the goalkeeper, Silito, is going forward. So watch this space, ladies and gentlemen. It is one-on-one at the back. It is Ed Smith left forward with Williams. So if this comes clear to Slough, ball crossed in. Keeper gets close to it. Headed up in the air. It's still in the 18-yard box. It comes down. It's scrappy. It's blasted at the goal. It's out in there. It's hooked back in. Headed clear by Fraser for, I think, what will be another corner. And the keeper is staying up there. This is sustained pressure in there, Mick.
There are 19 players in the penalty area, one taking the corner, and only 2 players in the centre circle. This is incredible.
Ball driven, lofted towards the back post. Good header from Aylesbury in the first half. Now it's hooked forward. Ed Smith's one-on-one. That's got to be a professional foul. I cannot believe Ed Smith's one-on-one with the defender. He's passed the ball in from 25 yards. It's a goal! Goal for Slough. 5-3 to Slough. That is amazing.
The defender tried his best there to stop Ed, which he had to do. If he had done, he'd have been sent off. Ed got rid of him and was 30 yards out and just passed it into the empty net. Keeper was still on the halfway line, and that should be that. So we're 43 minutes into the second half. Slough Town 5, Ed Smith having 2, and Aylesbury seem to be leaving. The fans seem to be leaving a little bit. And Slough Town at 5, Aylesbury United at 3. But you've got to give them a little bit of for their bravery there. I mean, the first one could have gone in. It could have been 4-all, and now to get that ball and go forward, it was very well finished, I thought, by Ed. He just used his head. Yes, and they had to go for it. Fowler, diving header, clears it. Left back now with Ryan Parsons. Clipped long towards Johnny Dyer. Up well and challenges. Falls back to McClurg. Ed Smith in for his hat-trick. Has a chip. And it's just over the bar. Unfortunate there, but a great chance. And Ed suddenly come into the game in the last 20 minutes. Yeah, the fullback harassed him there slightly. Put him off. But that was another good chance for Ed. He's a bit disappointed with that one. But he's had a good game. He shouldn't be. He's scored 2 goals. He's made a nuisance of himself up front. And he's done what he does so well, scored us a couple of goals. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this so far 8-goal thriller here from Holloway. The ball's now played through. Parsons just managed to keep the ball in close to us. Pass it to Fraser. Fraser, just at this stage, anywhere will do, launches outfield, and up comes Morgan, who just heads it out for a Slough throw, just directly in front of us, 10 yards into the 10 yards in. We're making one final substitution for Slough. McClurg's coming off, and on comes number 14, who is anything but short, but his name is short. I think this might just be eating away into the clock as we pass the 90-minute mark here at Holloway's, with Slough leading 5-3 in this thriller down at Holloway's Park. If anyone wants a good advert for non-league football, Mick, I think this is it. Get yourselves down here, boys and girls. Get yourselves down here. This is absolutely fantastic. I've really, really enjoyed it. Apart from the result, it's been a very, very good game. Very good game. I think there's been some good quality and there's been a little bit of lapse defending, but I think that's what you expect at this level. Oh, yeah. And Fraser throws the ball in. Johnny Dyer aims to flick it, hits it straight up in the air, gets a second opportunity and just flicks it up long. And it's cleared by Aylesbury out to the right. Short shutting down his man. And Rumbold, never out of energy. I'd say he's one of the contenders for man of the match. He seems very tiresome. Johnny Dyer chasing back. Williams again, who's been very strong, I'd say, for Aylesbury United, the left back. And Johnny Dyer just clears it out. And it's a Slough Town, an Aylesbury throw. Straight to Rumbold. Rumbold has a little touch. Ed Smith in Acres. Got no men with him. Holds the ball. Pass it back to Johnny Dyer, who, being the good forward, passes it straight to an Aylesbury United fan and puts his hand up in acknowledgement. Aylesbury coming out of the right back position with Hatch. We are now 1 minute into injury time. Can't be that long to go, ladies and gentlemen. Ball straight through to Somerville. This is what we like to see at this time of day. Mick has turned off the heater, so we're all good to go. And Somerville just in a little bit of games with Achapong, just kind of plays him a little bit. Ball's in his hand though, and he's just waiting to clear the ball long. And some of the fans are starting to make their way out. Somerville clears the ball high. Ed Smith underneath it. Good challenge. And that is it. That is the victory that Slough was so wanting and I think so deserving. Mick, who would your man of the match be? Well, I would have given it to Jamie McClurg, but Rumbold's had a cracking game as well. So I don't think you can say many of the players have had bad games. No, they haven't. I think both the full-backs cover themselves quite well. Fraser had a very good game. Yeah. Fowler, as ever, very, very strong. Yes, he was good as well. I would still give it to McClurg, but Rumbold's got a good claim on it as well, to be fair. I also think Warren Harris, with his effort, his endeavour, he seemed to create a lot and just never gave up. So they've actually given it to Ryan Parsons, which I can't argue with either. No, not really. The main thing is it's 3 points. It's a very, very good win against a side that don't lose many away from home. That was a tremendous performance. Yeah, so a well-deserved 3 points, and now that moves Slough up to third in the table, ahead of Beaconsfield, because Beaconsfield didn't play again. So they're now on 52 points, which I think is a good return. And if we keep up this winning run, that's now is that 4 on the bounce, 3 on the bounce, 4 on the bounce, 4 on the bounce, 4 on the bounce. If we keep up this, perhaps make a few adjustments at the back, it will really hold on. So I hope you've all enjoyed it.
We've had a great time doing it. It's been nice to have Mick down here, so thank you, Mick. I'd like to show my appreciation for you being down here and giving us some support. Do you want to talk for a couple of minutes, Mick, about what you thought of the game, what your experience was? Before we wrap up and go?
I want to do it again. It's been tremendous. I mean, I've met the cameraman, I've met the Horsham Rebel, I've met a lot of people, I've talked to Bakes and Unders, and it's been an absolutely fantastic experience. And it's a lovely little ground. To be fair, it's a cracking little ground. Very, very friendly people. I have really enjoyed myself, and the game's been good, and obviously the result's been fine.
I think the result was good. We've got some other full times for you. Full time Chalfont 1, Uxbridge 1. We don't really care about. Full time though, Royston 2, Aylesbury 0. So it's unfortunate that Royston, the other Aylesbury, couldn't do us a little bit of a favour there. So hopefully that isn't too disappointing. It'll be interesting to see when we get a final score through from Marlow. I haven't seen one yet of Dunstable versus Marlow. That was 1-1 at half time. Obviously Dunstable come here next week and had lost 2 on a bounce before coming here, and next week obviously they also have got a couple of suspensions because in the game that they played down at Egham it got a bit feisty, and I think one of their coaching staff and 2 of the players got sent off.
They've had a bit of a wobble. I mean, I still think they're obviously going to be first or second with rugby, but
no, rugby are going to be first, Mick. That's my put your money on rugby, boys and girls.
Yeah, well, maybe, but Dunstable's they had a bit of a wobble. Our corner flags are disappearing. Hopefully.
Well, it's by some little person in a purple MyFC
shirt.
He's
got a purple MyFC away shirt, so that's all right. He's obviously not nicking them, I think. But yes, he's poor little lad. He's about 3.5 foot tall, and these corner flags are nearly 6 foot tall. Bless him. But he's on his way around, collecting them, and he's off in with them now.
I think the assessors are going to be interested in this. I can just see that the only people really left near us now are the assessors, who are obviously having a communication about the game, and it looks like the Aylesbury guys with their laptops are just doing their final kind of write-up for Twitter and everything like that. So it'll be interesting to see how they view. But I think credit should be given to Aylesbury United. They certainly played their part.
Yes, they did. Yes, they're a good side. I think 11th is, but the home form has let them down badly, hasn't it? They'd be up there with Slough quite easily if the home form was any good. Yeah.
Well, and as we said, I think before the game, they could also win a lot of their games in hand and then be up there, be right up there with Slough on points. So I think it depends on them. They've got obviously a nice balance. They try and play some good football, and they've got some talented players, a nice blend of youth and experience. And obviously they know where the back of the net is.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they got one or two. I mean, they took Blackett off, and he's a big lad at number 9. He's an old-fashioned centre forward. They took him off. He's obviously run out of steam and brought Achapong on the other 2 guys. But he had quite a good game, and he made a nuisance of himself up front. But we dealt with him very, very well at the back. That was a very, very good defensive performance all round, I thought.
Yeah. I think just a little bit of work at the set pieces. I think,
yes.
And the corners and the free kicks. But I think that just comes with confidence. Sometimes you will have those days where the other team kind of gets in and around you.
Yeah, I'd just be interested to see the final the final Aylesbury goal, because I'm sure it must have taken a deflection, because Jake just didn't move at all. He didn't make an effort. That's not to criticise him, but normally, if it's going at the corner, at least you throw yourself at it and wave your arms. But he didn't move, so I suspect it hit somebody.
I don't know. I saw Fowler throwing himself across in front of it, and everyone was expecting a right-footed cross. No one was expecting that left-footed shot. Or they were expecting right-footed, and then when he came up and almost kind of toe-poked it arrowed straight towards that far post, and it had Jake beating all ends up, and Fowler was inches away from getting a touch on it. So it'll be interesting to see when we get the video highlights, yes. What the latest situation is.
I'll be having a look at that.
Yeah, hopefully the commentary that you've had today will be relatively similar to the videos. If you people go and see it online, it'll be interesting to know. But it's all good here from the park. I'm not sure if you've got anything else you want to add at the moment.
No, I think we've covered everything. It has been a tremendous game. It is another 3 points for us. That's the most important thing. It's just unfortunate.
I just got some breaking news that Marlow have beaten Dunstable 2-1. So this isn't a confirmed. It's from one of the Dunstable fans. But full-time Marlow 2, Dunstable 1. So if that's the case, Dunstable have lost 3 coming in three on the bounce. I'm not sure if they've got a game on Tuesday. I don't think they have, from what I can see. But no, they haven't got a game Tuesday, so they'll be coming to here at Holloway's Park to visit us, having lost 3 on the bounce and having some players suspended. So I think that might be a good time to play them. That
could be good for us, couldn't it?
And particularly after what happened last time, with certainly a controversial game at Dunstable, where Slough narrowly lost, had 2 players sent off and were pushing to equalise very close to the end. It was an ill-tempered affair, and the referee didn't cover himself in glory, particularly when one of the red cards was rescinded later on video evidence, which thankfully the cameraman caught. So it's going to be a fascinating week. But once again, Holloway's Park, just to close you out, has come away. We've got 3 points. It's been an excellent performance. The result was the main thing. We've had great quality, great entertainment, and I hope you all have a great weekend wherever in the world you are.
Yes, thank you very much for tuning in, either to YouTube, in the chat room, or on both. We've really enjoyed it. Thank you.
So we wish you all good night, and I will speak to you next week. Bye-bye.